Now I can start YouTube again. Alrighty. Wait, what happened to the other... What happened to the next scene? Wait, what? Hold on. Also, why is the animation 30 frames per second instead of 24 frames per second? Oh, balls. I've been animating this at the... Or animating. I've been making an animatic at 30 frames per second. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's not good. Sorry. Y'all are gonna have to give me time, because I can't see either of the chats right now, so... Okay, man, here. Hi, how you doing, Xylo? How was work? How was errands? How's your day in general? Hope it went well for you. Mace, but I think it still counts. That's true. Actually, you know what? I don't want to get banned off of Twitch. That's the reason why I'm not doing it, but actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll change it for Twitch. Gotta give me some time, dude. Hold on. I'm gonna search up the word gay and see if it actually pops up first. Um, no, it does not. Excuse me. Whew. God damn. Alright. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll change the title for just a sec. And we will... There we go. Oh. Yeah, no, it's a moderation policy. Oh yeah, I just can't put the word gay. Yep. Of course I don't allow that shit. Hold on. 1 sec. Yeah, okay, it's a moderation thing. So I say no on that. Alright. Well, sorry, y'all. Yeah, I can't do that for the title. Alright, whatever. There we go. Alright, we'll change the title to something else. There we go. That works. Hi, Mossy. Hi, Chicken Curry. How was work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Can you just have two text-to-speech bots? One for Twitch and one for YouTube? No, it's a combination thing. It's... I have to... Because I only have one tab for it, so it's like I only have one thing for it, and I have to do... I either have to activate... I can activate both at the same time, but the problem... Or I can activate one, but then only one will be talking, and then I'll have to close it, restart it, and I'll have to do a bunch of shit, though, if I want one of the other ones to work. Give me just a moment, though. Alright, let's continue. Okay, there we go.
I'm a Dion Azur. I'm a draw.
Alright, you do that, Luna.
Weird.
Work was fine. How was yours? Pretty good. Pretty good, honestly. Everything was pretty decent today. Nothing crazy. Alrighty. Determining if I want to put it in art or if I want to just like stay and just chatting. I might just stay and just chatting because it's funny.
87.
87.
Onion.
87 what?
67.
What?
Can I get an awa?
Why are y'all saying numbers?
Awa.
Anyway. I
87 onions.
I just had to see if people were gonna
Yay.
why 87 onions? What does that mean? Oh, what the fuck? Why do I have a gifted sub? What the hell? Y'all could have
I
always
don't know, lol.
gifted it to someone else. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, alright.
Onion.
Yeah, what? I'm just confused.
I did a gift
What
once.
about 87 onions? Yeah, I know. You actually gave it to me though. That's the problem is I'm the freaking streamer. I didn't know that was even possible. Oh wait, no, that's just a thing I have here, huh? Hold on.
87 looks like a plague doctor.
Subs on your own channel you've been. Oh, okay, never mind. This is a... Okay, never mind. Alright. Never mind, I'm always subscribed to my own channel for some odd reason. That's so odd. What's the point of having that button? What's the point of having that? Oh, what the fuck? September. Save 30% off on new subs until October 1st through at 10 p.m. PDT.
Emoticon.
Cool. You know what? That actually explains a lot when a lot of people freaking stream at just random times, but it's like all of the full-time streamers are streaming like at time. That actually makes sense now. I'm starting to recognize when I've always wondered how like full-time schedules go with those types of streaming things. I'm kind of noticing they probably do stream at their normal time, but then
Save 50% off at Michael's Spring Savings Sale.
oh god, I remember that. It's a freaking throwback. I was always curious exactly how they do it, and they always just what do I call it? They always do that thing where
Everks Bus is subscribed backwards. I may have fallen asleep last stream.
that's completely fine, chicken curry. I'd probably become people's sleep streamer anyway. I don't know how. I'm like very annoying, especially with the millions of sound effects that play. But, you know. Yeah. I don't know. I always wondered, and that I found out how it's just a lot of them, they'll obviously stream at times that Twitch is just like, oh yeah, well it's more discounted, so now people can buy this shit at a discount price, and I'm like, huh, interesting.
Jeez. I've done that too, lol. 2 days ago when I woke up I saw my phone was still on and still on Twitch.
That's funny.
Nom nom cheese.
Anyway,
I taste coffee from 2 weeks ago.
cheese. Taste coffee from 2 weeks ago? How? Even I can't do that.
87 equals behold, a dude. I'm hungry.
What? One sec.
Don't mention food.
Don't mention food. Food. No, I'm kidding.
I'm drawing Zoable.
Alright. We're gonna continue.
WTF. I ate a cookie and now I'm very hungry. OMB. I get so ill just thinking about it.
You ate
Zen, what is your math here?
a cookie. Now you're very hungry. I get so ill just thinking about it. Why? What happened? Wait, why do you not, why are you ill from food? Or from not wanting to eat?
COVID.
Oh, yeah. Right. I forgot about that. God damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure that there's no more videos that people submitted so I can at least just continue the playlist normally. Alright,
I want to go to sleep but I don't want to miss the stream TT. Look at the thing sideways 87 equals.
well then you should go to
40.
sleep then, IR.
Well, I have my taste back.
Oh, I see. Huh. I didn't know that. Okay.
IOR is here, yay.
Alrighty. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't we already watch the decline in literacy and rise in AI?
KI.
Didn't we already, like, watch that video? Why is it still here? Okay. Alright. We definitely watched the one with the dude in China. We definitely watched the one where it was, like, rise in literacy. Or, like, you know, the fall in literacy and the rise of AI. Where'd the jelly beans one go? We had one.
Yo, I spent the last 10 HS sleeping TBH, it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie, there should have been other ones here. But they're not. What happened to the one that had the jelly beans thing with it? Did I just
I haven't
not
slept in 4
add
days.
it? Hold on.
Roar.
I'll add it. I thought I added that already. Okay. Let's save this. No, it is. It's on the playlist. Then where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Okay, I gotcha. Alrighty.
Zoable is my comfort character alone with Gangle, Jax, Bluey, and I know my friend isn't a character, and my Therian friend. Oh Color, have you heard of this streamer named Colorstormfur? He recently posted a YouTube short of his political animatic.
Yeah, crazy. It's not necessarily political, it's just
Stupid autocorrect.
it's more it makes fun of fun of politics than it does actually, you know, actually hold politics. If that makes any sense. I don't know, it's like fucking so cartoonish. Seriously, I don't know. Like the first stat is just true. Like 62% of freaking Americans live paycheck to paycheck now. Which is a 2% rise that literally happened within less than a few months. Then, what do you call it? And then like, obviously the Orbfell v. Hodges thing got, like, demolished by Collective Shout, so that makes sense. And so now it's like, now people have to do a bunch of state bullshit. I guess that's politics, sure. And then of course I made fun of fucking political content creators because they do fucking nothing, like other than just saying, like, what do you call it? They do nothing other than just say bullshit most of the time, and then like don't give people anything that they could do other than the
I don't think I
typical.
have left my bed for more than an hour since last stream, lol.
For more than an hour since last stream. That's, I mean, you're also extremely sick, so it's probably not the easiest thing to recover. Yeah, I don't know. And then the factory thing just has always existed. If you actually look at, Apple's TOS,
6-7.
if you've ever agreed with that in
Zen,
your
you need
life,
to promise us you will have a better sleep schedule at like 43. I'm scared for you.
yeah,
OMG 67.
Yeah.
I'll sleep when I'm dead, and I can't die. I should know. I've survived things that I shouldn't have.
yeah, but doesn't mean you're immortal either. I've gotten hit by a fucking SUV and survived. That doesn't mean that I'm not. That doesn't mean that I'm immortal. You know, it's kind of not necessarily entirely true. What was I doing? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and then if you go on Apple's TOS, they say they own your firstborn, which is fucking so weird. And people agree to that shit, so there's also that. And then what else? Oh man, there's like a lot of TOSs that people agree to. What, I thought that was a joke? Oh no, in their TOS, Apple has a sentence in it, or like not a sentence, but they have like a thing in their TOS that says they own your firstborn child if you have a firstborn. You know, pretty much. Which is fucking insanity. So that means anybody that has children, they could totally just take them. And that's, I guess, legal because it's a contract, even though that's like legit slavery, but I don't know exactly. I don't know. I don't know exactly how the fuck that shit's legal, but it is, apparently. Whether, well, there's another reason I'm never getting an Apple device. I mean, Android got rid of any like third-party apps, so you can't like just make your own emulators and shit anymore, which also sucks. Oh, and by the way, they also completely just got rid of emulators for old video games, like PlayStation games, so that fucking sucks. It's nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts. Like they're doing everything but things that it's a cartoon, man. It's Idiocracy. That's all it is. Like it's literally the plot of Idiocracy. Not the plot, but it's everything that happens in Idiocracy. Oh yeah. Right.
Sorry guys, this is all my doing. Fuck, oh yes, daddy, come yeah, semen all over my body. Horny daddy, horny daddy, horny daddy, horny daddy.
Yeah. I wish I could just do that beat again, but like I just don't think I can. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy that like there's just um it's a pride flag, but pie. Still cotton. It's not necessarily good for you. It's still just like straight cotton. I don't think you should be eating pure cotton. And the full Corny Daddy song gonna be release color. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't have a set time. You know, what am I a freaking? I don't do this as a full-time job. Hell, be crazy to think otherwise.
Crowd screaming, get tickets as low as $45.99. Antichrist.
Chokes and arrow ace. What? Quick, somebody get the pride flag out of their throat. They can only eat arrow ace stuff. I always forget what arrow. I don't remember what arrow ace is again. Hold on one sec. Let me try to remember. Let me look it up real quick. I always forget. Arrow ace. Aromantic asexual. Arrow ace. Orientation characterized by experiencing little to no okay. So yes, just basically yeah, so yeah, no sexual attraction or anything like that. You know. Interesting. So yeah, it's just you just don't just don't have sex or aren't attracted to people. Interesting. Yeah. It's not like anything that's basically like, yes, relationships. Not a thing. So, or yes, love. Like, you just don't experience love the same way everybody else does, which is completely fair. So, hell's an arrow ace. Shit, I'm arrow ace now. $5.99. Hell yeah, right. I got a notification from someone sailing a plane. Sailing a plane? What? What do you mean? I'm Ace. I originally thought I was Arrow also, but evidence came up that proved otherwise, but that's not a story I'm willing to tell. Yeah, well, whatever you feel comfortable with.
It makes no sense.
I'm not gonna force you. you know.
Well, I'm not gonna have any love-related stuff anyway.
Yeah. Mm. Ugh. I'm not gonna have any love-related stuff anyway. I mean, yeah, that's I think what Arrow Ace is, right? You don't really.
Cool, a tornado warning is in Massachusetts.
Is that
Wait, where
normal?
does it say in the Apple's TOS that they own your firstborn child?
I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the exact section. I just looked it up. Hold on. Apple TOS own first. Or maybe it was something like it would have your. Let's see, hold on.
I live in another state though.
Hold on. Live in another state? Oh, okay. I don't know, is Massachusetts having a tornado normal? I mean, I know in Oklahoma it's normal for a tornado to pop up. Some terms of service agreements humorously include outrageous clauses, like demanding a user's firstborn child
Add.
to highlight how few
Okay,
people
bye.
actually read
Take
them.
care, fellas.
This
I'm gonna
is
pet my doggo.
referred as the biggest lie on the internet, as many users click agree with that. Okay. So apparently it's more than just Apple. That's good to know. What, which part in there? TOS?
Okay, back.
Hold
You
on.
better pet the doggo good for us, okay?
Which doggo? I'm trying to find the
Oh shit, I'm
section
not
it
Arrow
is.
ass. I forgot. What am I doing with my life?
You're not Arrow Ace? What do you mean?
Arrow ass.
Arrow ass. I know. It loves saying arrow ass for some odd reason. I don't really care. It is what it is. I can't really do anything about it. It just says arrow ass. I just think it's funny that it keeps saying that shit. You're the first person to point it out, though. Which is crazy, but I think people just haven't even paid attention.
Pregnant man emoji, 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 pregnant man emoji.
Bye.
I don't even know. I'm choking on nothing RNNNN.
Let's see. Which part of Apple's TOS? Hold on. One sec. Hold on. So I love the way that like this article is like is is trying to like weave their way around it. They're like Apple's terms of service do not claim ownership of your do not actually
I pet my doggo.
do not actually claim ownership of your firstborn child. Yeah, no shit. But like it like I said, it says it in the freaking TOS. I'm just trying to find out which section it is though. Yeah, it just won't tell me which section of it. I would just have to go the actual TOS itself. Hold on. You know what? Let me just search up the Apple TOS. Hold on. Alright, let me just scroll all the way the fuck. That's not the correct one. Hold on. No, this isn't the correct one. This is just a regular. This is the regular one. No, this is the website. No. Hold on. Apple device TOS. I just want to see what their TOS like.
I'm looking on DuckDuckGo and I can't find their TOS.
I can't either. Hold on.
That's a good Shiza. I pet that doggo and she was trying to lick my hand for whatever reason.
Touch ID. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. Yeah, this isn't the device one. This is just the regular Apple. Man, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. 1 sec. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Cause I did have somebody show me it. I'll be back in a moment. Hold on. Hold on.
Eats M&M.
1 sec. Put a timer up in just a second here. Hold on. I'm gonna throw on some. Hold on. 1 moment. There we go.
Bathroom research.
I'll be back. Hold on. I'm gonna actually have to increase the timer though. Hold on. Let me increase the timer a little bit.
So, what now? Ducks. We wait or sleep. Whatever comes first. Okay, long story short, I wasn't fast or strong enough, and someone got hurt because of that, and that's why I train so much. What is this electro music cost?
Excuse me.
Oh. Why aren't my messages going through?
That pussy tastes nice.
Anyway, how you guys doing? I can see the message as soon as boss.
Cheese.
I keep forgetting what that does. No, but when it goes to text to speech it sometimes. I'm not dead. So fairly good. Thanks for asking. OMG, I gauged from the cheese. Fuck my bad, sorry.
To begin.
I'm trying to get this other half of a 2000. I hate food. Cough, and her name is food. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape he opened her forehead. I or WTF. Shrek reference. And fires start coming and they don't stop coming. Fight, 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 fight. She didn't even know that she female, but she had her to come back to my house parked in the IG. She told her I was in quesos and she got an ad for her head to get out the car. Holy shit, Moth, you scared me. I'm just bored in a lull. Me when animating. I'm so tired of TS shit. I'm a stops and I wonder if Color is streaming goes on YT. Color is in fact streaming. I hate these gay in the video and the glitching are not forcing working alone in a good job and they ask for what then I will be friends are not happy going for a bit leaving the group for you abstracted and see death of you.
Oh yeah, what up, baby?
Memes, now.
Oh shit, let's do this. Oh shit, farting on my roommate's door, ha.
What is the sound? 6-7.
Alright, I'm back. Alrighty.
What is playing genuinely TT?
What do you mean, what is playing? What happened?
That last part was questionable. Welcome back, dude.
Excuse me.
Hi 3.
Alrighty.
The jelly bean is a colorful.
No, wait. No. Still
Someone
needs-
was taking a shit in the song. Hi Infamous.
What? Alright,
Hello. My math teacher makes a person do 25 push UPS if they say 6-7. OMFG, I love that video.
they should make him do 100. I don't know who that guy is. Do I really care? Not really. He's just another rapper
The jelly bean.
that'll be relevant and then not be relevant anymore. I
Yes, hug bees.
don't really
Yes,
have
cocaine.
I don't really have anything to really what I don't think it really matters all that much. Like honestly.
6.
I don't know.
7.
That's the
Guess
problem.
whose softball team lost their big stadium game today?
Uh-oh.
Anyway, bye. Take care, fellas.
Alright, you have a good night, Kabeko. Appreciate you hopping on by for a bit. Alright.
treat, but unfortunately, no one is exactly sure when the jelly bean was invented and how. It's believed that the jelly center dates
It's
back
so
to
loud,
biblical
hold on.
times as a candy called Turkish delight. Many centuries later,
Yes,
the
let's
outer
fucking go. I
I
shell
do
love this
remember
video.
being taught
thus
this.
making jelly beans we know today.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Jelly beans come in a large variety of colors, even though they only come in one flavor. To make jelly beans, liquid is heated in a
I didn't know
You saw a cool bug today though, so happy 3.
I didn't know.
Flag goddarn.
Wait.
One guy in her class had to do 120 push-ups.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so I didn't know jelly beans were all one flavor. I thought there was like a variety of flavors with jelly beans. I guess they do all kind of taste similar, but I guess it's like a little bit of the visual, like, I guess it's more just you visually think something else when you eat jelly beans. I guess it makes sense. I just didn't think they were all the same flavor. Interesting.
large kettle to 347 degrees Fahrenheit.
I know that I just kind of repeated what he said, but I genuinely didn't know that, so, you know, the more you know. Anyway.
Solids are then mixed into the liquid as an agitator blends it all together.
Huh?
Meanwhile, at a local cocaine production plant,
Sorry. The lovely alternative for sugar. Of course we call it, I mean, basically it is just essentially cocaine by this point for most people, so, I mean, he isn't technically wrong, but wow. Did not expect that to, yeah, okay, alright. Now I know what I'm actually getting myself into.
things are going great.
Uh-huh.
This massive amount of Colombian nose candy is worth up to $400,000.
Colombian nose candy. The being booze all
Normally-
the time sometimes tastes like shit, so they are different flavors. I don't know. I don't know if they are or aren't. Now that I know that this is a joke video, it probably isn't one flavor. Now that I know that he said he called sugar cocaine, even though they're the same exact thing, obviously, duh. You know, now at least I know, right?
The
So,
cocaine would be scraped off the machinery, but this cartel
Crazy.
is so ludicrously wealthy and powerful that they have completely stopped giving a shit.
wow. It is quite impressive. Can't believe, thank God there's, thank God we have this crime ring. The jelly bean crime
In a
ring.
plot twist you didn't see coming, molds are pressed into the cocaine to be filled with liquid sugar, which will form the jelly beans.
Yeah.
Jelly Belly, the most popular brand of jelly beans, are known for their vast array of narcotics connections.
And had Amazing Digital Circus, another.
Yo, that's now
Somebody
definitely a
come in.
meme/joke channel. He is Mothy, but the actually is in quotation marks.
Oh, I know. I know who
The
Hug
jelly
Bees
bean
is.
centers are then
I've
moved
never
to a
seen these
drying
videos,
room
though.
to cool and harden for 24 hours. Notice how
Hmm.
some of the cocaine spills into the batch, adding to the jelly bean's addictive quality.
Oh. I see. Of course. They lace all of them with cocaine. That's why they're so addicting. Even though I'm gonna be honest here. Jelly beans are not that addicting to me, at least. I don't think I'll eat. I don't really eat a whole lot of jelly
Right.
beans if I have jelly beans, right? I might eat like one.
I
or-
don't like jelly beans.
I might eat like one or two, but I'm not gonna have like an entire
3.
bag of jelly beans. I'm just not that addicted to sugar, but
Arms flip the trays into a drum that will separate them.
Oh, you
Half
don't
of
say.
them will continue into the candy factory, while the other half will wind up on the streets
I only like
of
the blueberry and
Southside
toothpaste ones.
Chicago.
Blueberry
Deku.
toothpaste ones. Well, that's the
Jelly beans.
Bean
Roar.
Boozle challenge,
Hello.
though. The toothpaste and blueberry ones are the Bean Boozle
Hi
challenge.
IOR.
But that's not the natural jelly beans. That's like actually modified to be a specific way.
Hazen.
The dry jelly bean centers.
I
then
hate jelly
tumble
beans.
into a
I threw
wire
up 8
mesh
years ago
conveyor.
eating them. Same thing happened with
Notice their
Gatorade, which I
clear
thought was
white
orange juice and
color,
mac and cheese.
A
Yikes.
byproduct of their production being so closely tied to stimulants.
Blueberry. Isn't you can't be here.
The jelly beans then ride through a sugar vapor condenser and
Wait,
into
where?
a sugar drum.
Oh, okay. One sec. Hold on. One moment.
The drum tosses the beans in sugar until they eventually become 99% sugar and 1% bean. In another
Wait,
part of
where?
the factory,
Oh, okay.
Liquid
One sec.
returns. And this time he's not alone. Joined
Okay, I'm
by
back. My
anti-hero
ABS hurt
Blue
now.
Liquid.
Oof. Well, glad you got some
And with a little help from his sidekick Wage Slave,
things like that.
Liquid tries to stop the growing drug problem directly at its source.
Jelly beans HMHMHM.
Hold on.
I'm never eating jelly beans again.
I mean, it's not necessarily real.
You did 200 sit-ups. That's normal's NTT.
It's normal, son. I mean, not for me. I don't even exercise unless it's at work because I already lift a bunch of shit. Hold on, one moment. There we go.
Good job.
After the
Season
beans
is a
are
superhuman
formed,
Oki?
the literal fourth gigantic helping of sugar is added to the batch. But don't celebrate too quickly.
Holy crap! They add 4 cups. They add like 4.
I
of
just
those.
realized Kohler has Kinger on his head, lol.
Yeah, someone made it. I think I can't remember exactly who made it, but someone actually drew that. Drew the Kinger, and then I just put him
I
on my
drew it.
head. Yes, Mossy, there we go. Yes.
Zen is training to become Saitama IRL.
I guess, yeah. Man, dude, that's a lot of sugar, bro. That's way too much sugar. Like, I mean,
I got a Creek Craft
obviously,
notification and it's about Roblox.
That's kind of crazy that, sorry, I'm looking for a stock image, I promise. How do you say it? They're saying,
I mean jelly bean are pure sugar.
yeah, I mean,
99% sugar, 1% bean.
I guess you're right. I guess they are just pure sugar anyway. God damn. They have sugar and then they put more sugar on the sugar, which is kind of wild to think about.
T,
Like-
that's just the definition of me.
Mhm.
Luna, did you finish your Zoable? Time to do 100 squats. BRB, I'll listen to this while doing that. And cocaine.
Sorry, I gotta use a stock image to at least, like, use as a comparison. That is a really large image.
What if I made a Zoable X Gangle animation meme after I finish working on this stupid dumb animation meme commission that I hate working on? I'm getting Robux.
You have a commission.
I used to really like
You
candy
should-
and just sugary stuff, but TBH, I don't really like sugar anymore.
You should
Color, I think I might have brought a little bit of joy to the world today. 3.
a little bit of joy. Oh yeah? Tell me about it.
Because then the nefarious supervillain Red Liquid joins the party.
Oh wait, hold on, sorry. Yeah, no, with the commission, you should just always be doing a commission, because, I mean, you know, it's like, you should focus on that first, you know.
Beans.
So, but like I said, even when you have a commission, you enjoy making commissions, just enjoy yourself, you know.
I already did 22 hours of work on it, I'm so tired.
Okay, then take a break.
2. Put a bug on the internet cause looking at the bug made me happy when I saw it outside. 3.
I put a bug on the internet.
I wanna get commissions. Double frowny face. I never get any.
Made me.
But by y'all GN.
I mean, you also, like I said, I mean, you also gotta. I actually, I don't know.
By
man.
Deku. By Deku.
Ironically,
I am.
you gotta start out with.
Don't fall asleep.
There's gotta be reasons why you gotta, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of, I don't know, I really don't know how in the world, like, people actually get commissions anymore.
3. Keep
How-
tickling pickles, y'all.
How I used to, what do I call it? How I used to get commissions was, like, I would go on DeviantArt and Twitter, and I would post, like, YCH, and for Affinity, and I would post, like, free YCHs, right? And try to, like, and get my audience that way. And essentially, I just made a bunch of free art for people for a while. And that's how I got my audience and how I got a bunch of people doing commissions and shit. The problem is, because of that shit, what do I call it? It ended up kind of just going, like, not nowhere, but, like, I ended up eventually getting paid commissions, but it was, like, a bunch of NSFW stuff when I finally got paid shit. So I was like, I don't know. I did it for, like, I didn't get NSFW when I was a teenager, but when I was, like, an adult, I did it for a few years, and I just kind of, you know, that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this now. I just kind of don't want to go back to NSFW, like, artwork. I made a bunch of things I made, like, a bunch of things, like, that were an NSFW for the longest time, and I just don't want to be, hey kids, you want cocaine? No, Plain Chan, don't advocate for cocaine. Advocate for, other drugs. I don't know. Let's start making free profile pictures. Yeah, that's the thing is, I don't know if that still works. Back then, it used to work, like, really well, but nowadays, I mean, I don't know, man. It's wild. It seems like the market is it's way more crowded than when I was younger. It was still crowded when I was younger, but I was still crowded when I was, like, a teenager, but man, it was not this prominent when I was younger. Like, furry commissions themselves, like, making furry artwork was a rare thing. It wasn't, like, super rare, but it was, like, it was not as common to get people to commission furry artwork, right? So, or furries for artwork. Like, when it was, I mean, it was still common, but, like, it wasn't like how it is now, where people that aren't even furries make furry commissions now, right? That just wasn't a thing back then. The only people that you could get to make furry artwork the only people you could get to make cheap furry artwork was furries, right? Or it was like younger like furries that were still in like new to the fandom, right? And then the only way you were able to get like you know, and then you usually like built yourself up and then paid for like, you know, better commissions over time, right? It was all furry as shit, right? You know. And that's the thing is like and that's how I started. I started with free furry YCHs, then I went from you know, that to NSFW, and then I went from that to working for like, you know, I mean, during this entire time I was still like editing videos for YouTubers, but that's how I did it for a bit. So, you know. But yeah. I've always just been an artist. I mean, not an art. I haven't always been an artist. I've been an artist for a while. It's like, you know, good solid 11 years, you know? But now I'm just kind of doing shit for... I just want to get back... I just rather get back into artwork, but at least do SFW. You know, I don't care if I do it for free. I like drawing anyway, so... I'd rather do that shit for free than actually, like, then go back into NSFW again. I don't want to do it anymore, I'm sorry. You know, it's my first commission outside of Animal Jam. Get paid Spheres Cutely. Sapphires Cutely. Okay, got it. I put the video of the cool bug and submit video to watch, cause yes. Alright. Let me see here. Okay, I'll put this in the playlist. Hold on. 1 sec. I'm gonna put this in the playlist real quick. Whoops, I don't want to remix it. No. Anyway. Okay. I'm about to make all these things bits. Alright.
And Red Liquid's superpower? Racism.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh. That weirdly explains a lot. Crazy.
Then a little wax is added, because most people hate when things taste good. The wax coats the candies to make 90% of this process pointless.
Really? Wait. So they have balls of sugar, then they put more sugar in, and then they have stuff that takes off the coat of sugar, so we could have jelly beans coated in sugar? But it's just the jelly bean
That's
itself
stupid.
is sugar. Yeah, that is kind of dumb. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but that sounds wild. If it isn't, you know. That's
Then the jelly
kind of
beans
stupid.
stop spinning and air dry.
Necklaces are really cool.
If the beans
Agreed?
spin for too
Question
long,
mark?
they may turn purple, indicating they have become spoiled.
Balls of
and
cocaine get it right.
poisonous.
Okay, that I know can't be true. Okay,
Do
maybe
not
he's
eat
making it.
purple jelly beans. And finally, as all the jelly
Oh no, they're processing the purple jelly beans in there. Oh no. Oh god, there's quite a few there. Better watch out. It looks like you're about to be poisoned.
mixed together and moved to the packaging area,
Anyway,
we hear it how
it's proof that they're poisoning the people. But ching.
it's
Anyway,
made.
alright.
Would like to apologize for doing an episode on jelly beans. We all know they're disgusting, and one of the worst candies ever made. But we felt obligated in our
And no-
educational duties to show
I
you
don't
where
agree
these
that
vile
jelly beans are
hellspawn came
fine.
from. We apologize to anyone offended by the fact they had to learn about jelly beans. And if you enjoy
I
eating or
didn't
talking
have
about
to,
jelly
but-
beans, please consult professional counseling. There are people who can help. It gets better.
Oh god.
If you're living anywhere close to the same experience,
Oh, okay, that's it. Alright. That was interesting. Alright.
I am, the last time you saw something unbelievably stupid was probably, what, 20 minutes ago?
Or every 2 minutes. Yeah, true. What does that article say, though? I witness stupid shit every time.
I feel like the worst candy is cotton candy or need gummy clusters.
I would disagree. Cotton candy is pretty okay.
Who cares? Horny Daddy is here. Horny Daddy, 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 Horny
We're pygmy moths.
Horny Daddy, Horny Daddy, Horny
Hold on. Hold on, I actually gotta, like...
Okay, but the worst variety of nerds are the gummy clusters.
Yeah, I haven't tried those before, so I wouldn't know, honestly. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Okay.
Variant.
I might actually use this one instead.
H, have you seen the video where the raccoon accidentally melts his cotton candy in water? It made me cry.
I have not seen that. Okay. Can I get one that's not AI, thank you? Hold on, sorry.
No. What's it called? I want to watch it.
There we go, okay. Okay, I'll do a different one. I'll do this one instead.
Okay, Mothy, it's in the Discord in the Gen chat.
So I have to, like...
You don't
always-
remember, just search raccoon cotton candy.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Alright, Alrighty. Yeah, okay.
I don't have Discord and I refuse to get it. Isn't it almost ad time?
It's completely fair. Isn't it almost ad time? Shouldn't be. How long ago was the previous ad? Oh, it is about 30 seconds, I guess. How did you know? Uh,
2 won't get it DD thanks to Chimkin. Discord equals scary. I don't get ads anyway.
let's see. Oh no, it won't. No, there's no ads yet. No, we're good. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
between fake news, mainstream media, and a bunch of other problems, things seem like they're getting more dumb every second.
Yeah, you don't fucking say. You don't say. You mean, like, it's... I hate to be that fucking... Like, I don't... Well, no, I don't hate to be that person. I think I love to be
Then
that
how am I
person.
supposed to show you my necklace?
What do you mean? What do I call it? Oh man, people have gotten.
Read.
I'm not sure, Zen. I'm sorry. The one thing I just don't understand, like the one thing that's just crazy about it, man. I've said this a million times before. Like, what's the point of actually?
You can sorry.
You can't. Sorry. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't know, man. It's like, I've said this a million times before, and I'll say it again, man. It's really starting to feel, like, super pointless, because, like, it feels like it's not worth entertaining people if everybody's a fucking idiot, right? Like I said, y'all are very few and far in between, right? You know, the people that are like y'all that are actually, you know, willing to learn something and willing to actually listen to people and actually just try to figure out like a different perspective is very different from the average person right now that's just like like immediately slams anything that goes just a little bit against the grain of like trying to explain things are the way they are. Show the Discord on stream. Show
Wait,
Mothy?
maybe you can show
What
the Discord on
necklace?
stream to show the necklace to Mothy. I'ma go watch Zoable Shorts so buy Pookies.
Alright, yeah, have a good night, Luna.
Tired of
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, that's the thing, is you want to just like, yeah, I don't know, dude. Critical thinking just isn't a thing anymore. And it shows,
My internet is dying.
you know, when I have like a 60% fucking like to dislike ratio on most of my stuff, even the dumbest shit, it's like, it shows that people are just stupid, like, by this point. People are fucking idiots, and I've somehow surpassed, like, most of humanity. Or not most, but I've at least surpassed, like, 40% of humanity. Which is still, like, not a lot, I understand that, but, like, that shows that
GN Luna.
people are so disconnected from, like, what reality actually is, and how people used to act, that now there's no reason to, you know, there's no reason to like sit here pretending like I'm on the majority side anymore, right? Most people are just dumb. That's just it. Most people are just stupid. And like by this point I'm, you know, not most, I would say a lot of people are stupid necessarily. Not like I said, like, how do I say this? Like, people that are privileged enough to the level that they don't try to learn a different perspective, those are the people I'm talking about necessarily. There are people that still have like a lot of income and
I'm back.
are privileged, but they at least recognize that they're privileged, right? The people that I'm referring to are people that don't recognize that shit.
WB.
You know. Whiteboard? Oh, did you send a whiteboard? Oh my god, this is actually like hard to figure out. Hold on.
I sent a picture of my necklace that I made to the Discord if you want to take a look at it.
Uh
That means welcome back.
oh, okay. See, I'm old.
If not, totally fine.
Where is it? Oh.
Kohler, I want to say something said, but I don't want to kill the vibes.
Whew. Oh my goodness, okay. Let me see here. Is that an archer? What is this? What does this end?
Hell, let alone be a bother.
What
The
is-
Gen Chat.
Yeah, what is this though? Oh, it's a rock. Huh. Interesting. I see that med bottle right there. Thing's halfway full. How often do you have to take that? Oh my god, hold on, I can't breathe. Let me just like open a window real quick. Holy shit. Stuffy as hell in here.
It's so cool.
Ugh. Sorry, I'm having like trouble breathing in here. God,
OOP.
so stuffy in here. I don't know why though. Shouldn't be, but it is.
2 with every meal and 1 for snacks.
Okay. Okay.
Don't die on us yet, Color.
I'm not dying. I'm just freaking. My room is way too stuffy, and I don't know why. Like, for some odd reason, my room just like reeks like hell, and I can't get rid of the bad smell for some odd reason. I don't know what is making the bad smell, but it just is there, I guess. And I hate it. So, I'm like choking myself out with my own stink. So,
feeling my brain leak out of my ear every single day, I decided to read over 50 studies and articles to figure out just what the hell is going on here. In this 4-part miniseries, we're going to be taking...
the hell is going on is people are just stupid. That's why. People just rather not try to, like, learn things. And that's
There's
the
a hotel
problem.
inside of a potato.
There's a hotel inside of a potato? Sounds
Oh
fun.
no.
Sounds fun as hell.
taking a look at why critical thinking is at an all-time low, how we got here, and the weird psychology that makes it all make a little bit more sense.
I can answer this pretty easily. Critical thinking's at an all-time
Look it
low
up.
because people don't read. How did we get here? Because people also don't read, but technology, obviously, social media, duh. Let's see. About the, and then the third and second one is just the same thing, social media, straight up. Like, the reason why we got here and how we got to this level is literally because of social media. Let's be honest, you know. It's like, you want to know the cause of it? Social media. Like, straight up. The internet. Like, that's what caused the stupidity. It's people wanting to be YouTubers. That's why.
Now grab a snack, get comfy, and let's figure out what's going on with this hyper-polarized world.
Uh-huh.
You know, I saw this post the other day of a guy on Twitter frustratedly saying something along the lines of, it's really hard to argue with the left because they always use facts and
Hey
sources
Cholera,
and
can I say
everything."
SMTH sad?
And-
I don't know why I feel obliged to ask TBH, but YK.
Or can
Hi
I
3.
say something sad? Why? What happened? If you don't mind me asking. Let's see here.
everything they say. And I can't help but feel like that's the other
What
day
did
of a
he say?
guy
Hold
on
on.
Twitter frustratedly saying something along the lines of, it's really hard to argue with the left because they always use facts and sources and everything they say. And I can't
Wait,
help-
hold on. That dude copied. Wait,
I saw
hold
this
on.
post the other day of a guy on Twitter
Wait,
frustratedly
wait,
saying
hold
something
on.
along the lines of, it's really hard to argue.
Hold on. Wait.
Feel free. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana.
Come on. The problem with let's see. Is there been more strict with the blah blah
Well, I'm
blah?
privileged, I think,
to
but I do
only-
really wish minimum wage was higher because billionaires have billions and billion is a very fat number and it should at least give some to those who make the least. Wah. Hi derp.
I just don't.
My dog of 14 years passed away and the whole day at school I felt like I had to play it off cause I don't like bothering people with my problems.
Here's the problem with that whole like billionaire privilege kind of thing. Here's the thing is, the issue is, here's the thing is, if our economy was bad because of just like us not being able to have enough money to survive, that would be fine, right? People would be complaining about people living paycheck to paycheck, right? Us living paycheck to paycheck. But the reason why we're living paycheck to paycheck is because of billionaires that hog all the money. That's why we're pissed, right? Because we go into debt if we even take as little of, like, if we even get a fucking ambulance. That's why people are pissed. That's why people are angry. Because of the simple fact that we can't even keep ourselves alive because of the idea that, like, what do you call it? Is because of the idea that just the ultra wealthy have all the damn money. Specifically billionaires. They're the evil ones, right? You know, if billionaires did not exist, everyone would be fine. But that's the problem is, but that's the problem though. They're not gonna ever, they're never gonna be taxed on that shit. Or here's the thing is, it's not that they're not gonna be taxed on it, like they're not gonna be taxed on that. Let me finish my sentence first. They're not gonna be taxed on that shit because because they've paid for power. Which should never be a thing. But money talks, and unfortunately, they get whatever they want because of the fact that they use that money for power, right? They exchange that money for power, and it sucks, right? But here's also the other sucky part as well. Like, the issue is the fact, like, a lot of people also do that thing where it's like, oh, well, they don't pay taxes and they don't, like, pay anything. Don't get me wrong. They've tried to tax the rich before, right? It did work previously when FDR made it where, like, there was a 98% tax on the fucking rich, like the ultra wealthy, and it made the economy as stable as possible, right? Made the economy pretty stable. And that was when the US wasn't doing too hot, right? To stabilize the economy, right? But the thing is, there's now the system that is in place for taxes is to the level where you can get so many tax breaks to the point where you don't have to pay money and gain money instead. And that's what these billionaires do, right? If a normal person can still get a tax break by by YouTubers do it all the time, right? Like YouTubers use their computer as a taxable income based thing, right? Like using it as getting a tax break so they don't have to pay as much taxes. Billionaires have like millions of billions of dollars in equipment. So essentially they only need a few things to break they need maybe like a few things per warehouse to break in order for them to get a big enough tax break where they don't have to pay any taxes because they have so much shit that they don't have to pay taxes. And then all of the inventory that gets shipped here, they buy all of the inventory, right? So they're also an essential business. So then they don't have to pay they get an even bigger tax break on that shit, right? Like that's the thing is, right? It's not the fact that they're not trying to tax, it's not the fact that the IRS wasn't trying to tax them. It's just the fact that they just get enough tax breaks to the level where they can just, not have to pay because they're too large, right? The current system just doesn't work anymore. And that's the thing is, right? The current system it doesn't work anymore. So of course, like that's why they just pay so little. So that's why they don't, But the problem is now they're just at the point of like the issue is they're just at the point of greed, where they just don't pay people because people easily could not be like. Here's the thing: is if billionaires just were taxed, like we would have social security would be fine. What do you call it? Healthcare would be completely free. Like and then what do I call it? And then, if there was like some enforcement on that kind of shit, they would just put money back into the business again, which means employees would be paid more the longer they're out of business, right?
This makes day 5 of no sleep.
Zen, why are you not sleeping? You should go to sleep now. Then. It's really sad that we didn't get to bury him next to our other dog because we couldn't have time. We wouldn't have time to get him cremated. Wait, what? Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna look at that dog thing. My dog of 14 years passed away, and the whole day at school I felt like I had to play it off because I don't know. I don't like bothering people with my problems. I mean, you can tell people your pet passed away. That's 14 years, man. I mean, shoot. They were alive for quite a while. So I mean, shoot, man. I'm sorry to hear that happen, man. Honestly. It sucks. but he was old, or she. They were old. They were really, really old. So it makes sense that they would be. Makes sense that they would probably pass like at that time. So
Zen, go to sleep. If you stay up all night for enough days, you'll start hallucinating.
agreed.
You with the left because they always use facts and sources and everything they say.
Uh-huh.
And I can't help but feel like that's a really good summation of everything going on here. Turn off the caps lock and hold the hell on. I'm not picking sides here in this conversation. I just want to take a look at neutrally what's
No,
actually
I don't
going
think
on.
I am going to
I'm
go to
interested
sleep,
in the truth
because
of
I
the
don't want
matter
to
and
force
what
myself to
studies
do
and
so.
trusted sources have to say. Not party lines or trying to prove an agenda. Which is why the absolute first step in this whole thing is proving that critical thinking is, in fact, on decline. A bunch.
Yeah, of course it is. Duh. Yeah, like I said, man, content creators are a big part of that. And I think that's the point he's going to start making here. I completely agree. I think people just don't think critically anymore because people don't know how to think critically. And that's the issue, you know. I just think people just don't know how to think critically, so they don't. And they just assume that that's an okay thing to do, when in reality, you're just making shit worse for yourself, you know. You should just read a book every once in a while. It will do good for you.
Of outlets talk about critical thinking being on decline, particularly in America.
What, Bluey Mug? What are you talking about, Mothy?
But is this even true? Yes.
But still, it hurt
That
like
was a
hell
chart from
to
a
let him
study.
go. Yeah, well, duh. Every pet you're gonna tear up over because, like, your pet, you're always gonna tear up over because it's, you know, because they're like, you know, they're bundles of joy. It's huge, but it's like a bundle of joy. It's just bundles of joy that are like, that are always, what do you call it? That are always happy all the time, and when they're gone, it's, you know, it just instantly, it instantly creates sadness because, you know, your little bundle of joy is just not around anymore. And, you know, then you get another bundle of joy, and they'll be just as loved, right? I see Snoopy. Peanuts. What?
Study by OECD showing that American literacy and mathematics skills are down by 12 and 7% respectively
Yep, that makes sense.
from 2013. God knows where it is now. That
Oh,
same
God.
study also shows that the number of adults using the internet rose from 76% to 93% in a year, considering
That was in 2013? Really? That seems a little early. I didn't recognize people. Man, why was the internet felt like it's so weird, right? Because the internet now feels like more crowded than it's ever been. But back then, it didn't feel like, I mean, it felt crowded, but not like in a bad way. It felt more communicative, right? It felt more like you were actually trying to be involved in a community, or at least like enjoy, like people just had fun, you know. Nowadays it doesn't feel like people have fun on the internet anymore, which is a huge problem, you know. And I just didn't recognize that. I guess 93% of the US population was on the internet in 2013. That's really odd. I didn't recognize that at all. So then how did it get so much worse then? That's what I'm wondering. Wearing my favorite white shirt with red sleeves.
the whole fake news and social media bias
Snoopy
that we're
on
gonna
it.
talk about next week.
Ooh, you have a Snoopy shirt. That's interesting.
Episode that is terrifying. Explains why there's so much.
What?
just
What did he say?
dumb.
Hold on.
A year, considering the whole
Yeah.
fake news and social media bias thing we're going to talk about in next week's episode, that is terrifying. Explains
Yes.
why there's so much just dumb
Agreed.
everywhere. Speaking of future episodes,
Yeah, God, dude. Yeah, I'm just kind of glad that there's somebody at least talking about like pure stupidity. Like, honestly, like this. Oh my God, this channel is tiny. Wait, hold on. This is a tiny channel. I thought you guys recommended something more popular. What the fuck? Really? Hold on, wait. It's a channel with 1,000 subscribers and 600 views. literally, I thought this was like a big discussion, but apparently not. The fact this only has 600 views about talking about fucking critical thinking is pretty bad. Really? It just, wow. Okay. Weird, dude. That's crazy. Oops. Oh no, we're good. Yeah, that's why. Where did you guys find this, dude? Oh my god, holy shit, look at all those sources. Delicious. I made this soup myself. Try to not get it dirty because I was eating noodles. I need to get a new tarantula because I'm starting to see harmful spiders in my house again, and tarantulas produce a pheromone that wards off harmful spiders. Really? I didn't know that. Also, I thought most spiders aren't really that harmful though, are they? At least I don't think they are. Hold on. I know black widows are harmful, but hold on. Harmful spiders. Hold on. Really? There's not really... Hold on. I'm gonna just look up what spiders are harmful. Time I cough these days. It sounds like a dinosaur roar. Oh yeah, dude. The older you get, the worse, like, things become. Or the older, not worse become, sorry. The louder you get, weirdly enough. Despite you not being able to hear that loudness. We do have brown recluses here as well, though, so... And those things are poisonous, so... If you mean things like that, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Color, can you show me suit on stream? Maybe. Where did you put it exactly? So at least I look at the right place. Okay. Right.
So this is episode 1 of a 4-part mini-series where I'm going to be talking about education, the misinformation crisis, real-world examples, and, finally, how to protect yourself from the dumbing. To ensure that we're all on the same page here, let's define critical thinking.
It's still an art.
Critical thinking has been described as an ability to question, to acknowledge and test.
I looked at it earlier, but not earlier, sorry. I didn't look at it earlier. Sorry, I didn't see it at all. Like, is it recent, or is it like, or is it more
I can resend it so it's easier to find.
yeah. If it's the same one, I'm just probably gonna skip over it, man. I'm sorry.
And reflect. 3% in a year, considering the whole fake news and social media bias thing we're going to talk about in next week's episode. That is terrifying. Explains why there's so much just dumb everywhere. Speaking of future episodes, this is episode 1 of a 4-part mini-series where I'm going to be talking about education, the misinformation crisis, real-world examples, and, finally, how to protect yourself from the dumbing. To ensure that we're all on the same page here, let's define critical thinking really quick. Critical thinking has been described as an ability to question.
Dude, I'm crying too much making animatic of my fur zone as lore. Coloric are doing quite a bit RN, but if you could look at bug I put in submit video to watch before I sleep, it'd be nice. You don't have to, just asking.
I might not, man. It might be in the next stream. I apologize, Infamous. It probably won't play until, like, tomorrow. I apologize. Just because there's a lot of discussion videos. And this one is literally about critical thinking. With how much I talk about that shit, I kind of want to, like, really give my 2 cents on this. Honestly, because this is, like, very educational. And I really want to see, like, because there's apparently solutions he gives to, like, avoiding being an anti-intellectual, which is kind of interesting. So I'm just...
NP will try to be their NP3.
I'll be there. Okay, you have a good night, Infamous. Appreciate you hopping on by for tonight. honestly.
Functions to recognize ambiguity, to examine, interpret, evaluate, reason, and reflect, to make informed judgments and decisions, and to clarify, articulate, and justify positions.
Uh-huh.
Before you turn your caps lock back on, I am well aware that there is no good brain, not good no more meter telling us that we're down 37% in our
Night, y'all
logic and
three.
reasoning skills. But considering
Blueberry.
45% of students show no improvement in critical thinking skills after a 4-year degree, and that many teachers can't even just agree on
Yeah.
the definition of what critical thinking even is, it's pretty safe to say things are looking pretty grim.
Wait. What do you mean teachers can't define what critical thinking is off the top of their head? Like English teachers? Hold on, wait. What do you mean? Where's your proof for that? That can't be right. Hold on. Wait.
Critical thinking skills after a 4-year degree, and that many teachers can't even just agree on the
Oh
definition.
my god. Oh no. Oh, it's Florida. Yeah, of course it's Florida. Why? Where else would it be? Wait, so... Well, no, that's kind of the thing, though. Everybody might have their own definition of critical thinking, though. Just with a little bit of differences, right? So it's not necessarily too scary. That's just more of just kind of teachers having, like, different definitions about things because duh, they're teachers. Teachers kind of have that weird thing where they like to pretend like they're, what I call it, where they like to say a lot of big like, you know, use a lot of large, like, oh my god, not large lingo, more poche words? No, poche isn't a word, it's another word for neat, tidy, I'm actually falling asleep in my chair, god damn it. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't remember.
Of what critical thinking even is, it's
Fancy.
pretty safe to say things are looking pretty grim. Basically, the way we can measure a decline in critical thinking skills is by putting a bunch of other studies together, like how fact-based journalism is basically pushing up daisies, kids' cognitive environments are changing fast, and how the United States government is run on live TV by a bunch of people in the prime age bracket.
The ability to think clearly and logically about what to do.
So yes, critical thinking is
Oh, sorry. The ability to think clearly and logically about what to do? What do you mean? No, just using your critical...
Where I live, we have black widows, hobo spiders, and funnel weavers. All of them are venomous.
Ooh, yikes. Sounds like hell. So you have to deal with that. Okay, why exactly is this not stretching? Should be. What the hell? What the fuck? Why? What is going on? Why is it doing that shit? There we go. Okay.
Claim evidence reasoning in 5th grade science also oh no's and those sound so scary.
All of the resources I've used linked in the description below if you want to verify that I actually did my due diligence. Through my over 6 hours of reading studies until my eyes turned into little raisins, I came to 7 potential causes, and a hypothesis of my own that wraps it all up with a nice little bow. This nightmare phenomenon comes down to these elements: poor education system, economic and geographic upbringing,
Yep.
social conditioning,
Yep.
the rise of fake news.
Yep. There you go. I said that as the first thing, you know, shitty education. Like, you know, billionaires make sure that we don't have good education. That's just how it's always been. Of course, the economy, that's obviously, you know. Oh, geographic, though. More of the, yeah, like environmentalism. Okay. Social conditioning. That one's kind of new, I guess. I mean, not necessarily kind of new, like, but I think it's people have kind of always been socially conditioned for something. I don't know. Just sounds a little weird, but anyway.
Social media, the death of journalism and the decline of mainstream media, and our brain's hardwiring.
There are probably more than that, but I just listed what I remembered off the top of my
I know
head.
it's a lot, that's why we're doing this in 4 parts.
I see.
All of these
So-
work together in a nice little Rube Goldberg machine of stupid making, comprised of some pretty surprising little parts. Like, did you know that the misinformation crisis is less about bias or laziness and more about being chronically online? Stay tuned.
Yeah,
cold.
no shit. That makes complete and utter sense.
So cold.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man. Who's your best advertiser to advertise shitty ads to for people to regurgitate and pretend like nothing's wrong? You know,
No
how
Mouthy double
how about-
HYYY.
how about the chronically online people? There you go. That's essentially what's going on with that, you know. That definitely makes sense that they're targeting those people specifically.
For that one in the next video, because oh boy, that shit threw me for a crazy loop. I think one of the main things missing in society these days is empathy, even more than critical thinking. So I'm going to approach.
Fucking thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay. I've been saying this as well a lot, man. Fucking human empathy and like empathy is insanely low. This is why like I do not like this is also another thing, man. This is my goal, right? Like this is my goal is to teach people basic fucking human empathy. Because it really feels like people are just dipshits because they can be, and then don't understand that maybe just being a normal human being that, you know, that is supportive towards your community and, you know, not having it be about you all the time is a good thing, you know? You're not supposed to be this selfish as a human being, right? Like, that's the thing is, you got to at least be human, right? You know, I don't have empathy for some people, right? But I don't have empathy for like sellout content creators.
Schools don't teach what empathy
But-
is every single year in elementary school anymore. What?
I guess not, apparently. Like, here's the thing is, though, too, like, I mean, I don't think there's any place that really did teach empathy for the longest time, because I'm not going to lie to you. Where I learned empathy, basic human empathy, was from video games and cartoons. And that was when media was really good, right? That was when the media was, like, awesome, right? Like, basic human thing, like, empathy, I learned from that shit, right? The reason why I'm able to be the way that I am is because of that kind of media. So, this is kind of the reason why I think that people that, like, consume, like, that don't really understand art are at a huge disadvantage, right? Because it's like, this is why I think it's so critical that people understand art, right? Because it feels like it is the only avenue that people really use to give people like some form of like thinking just a little differently, right? Because there are some things that I have said myself that cartoons have brought up, and I've been like, it really makes me recognize how much of an asshole I was when I would like think a specific way, right? And I got better. I learned things. Like, I learned how to be a better human being. Obviously by socializing too, but the problem is I never knew the why. But the cool thing about what art was doing was teaching me things that, like, why people feel the way that they do, right? Why people are the way that they are, and why I should be more empathetic towards people that have some issues, right? Have some problems. Like, I am lucky enough to be a dude that looks like a white guy, right? You know, I am lucky enough to have that, right? You know, I am a Hispanic man and come from a Hispanic family. Like, my parents are Hispanic. It says so on my birth certificate that I am also a Hispanic man. And, like, but the thing is, like, how do you say it? if I wasn't like a part of that kind of family and I
My
was just
elementary
like a
school taught
regular
students
white
about
guy,
social emotional learning, and it taught kids not to be assholes.
yeah,
Everyone was really nice in every school I went to because every school taught that at the
yeah. Well, I
time.
mean, here's the thing too. Like, I understood that cops aren't your friends when you start recognizing, like, I mean, I experienced it personally as well with some of my homies, but like, yeah, no, there we go, right fucking there, dude. I had some of my fucking homies, man, just like, shit happened, right? A lot of shit happened, man, that like was just completely just pure racism, right? And like that made me recognize how much I was lucky enough to look the way that I do, right? You know, I was so fucking lucky. Like I use that shit to my advantage, right? You know, and I can be empathetic towards someone that has had their fucking family member like obviously have a fucking racist cop shoot their fucking family member, right? Because it's not cool when somebody just gets killed by somebody that could have been completely avoided, right? It's the reason why I fucking hate like pedophiles, because obviously basic empathy is needed, because they're not sorry because of the fact that they're not sorry because of the fact that that they're ruining a child's life. They're sad because they got caught, right? And that's the thing, they don't have empathy. Like that's like the way that I can really give it, right? Everybody else can understand. It's not the fact that freaking the person is just trying to date a child, right? It's the fact that he could get that child pregnant and then like manipulate that child into like having this whole freaking mind game tactic where they manipulate a kid to thinking that they're the only ones that are there for them, and then if they get them pregnant, they fucking like, what do you call it? It's like that child's life is ruined forever, because the moment that you have a kid yourself, you don't have time for yourself anymore. It's now about that child, right? You know, your whole life is just now about the kid now. It's no longer your life, it's theirs. You're on their time. You know, that's how it always is, right? You know, and the fact that pedophiles do that shit just shows that they lack absolute empathy. Like, they lack empathy because they don't know what the fuck, like, they just don't care, right? That's the type of thing that, like, people just need to have that with everything else, right? You know, I mean, it's like with the LGBTQ plus community, right? Like, a lot of these people that say shit like, oh, well, why isn't there straight pride? I'm like, okay, let me pull up a map of everywhere that it's illegal to be straight. And you know, nowhere is it illegal to be straight. But you want to know what it is illegal to be? Gay. You know what it is illegal to be? Fucking trans. You know what, like, you know, it's like, let me see people fucking out you because you just are a little different than them. Just have a small minute difference, right? You know, the difference, you know, it's like the whole thing with like, you know, a male and a female kissing is the exact same as two males kissing, right? And the problem is, like, someone being attacked for that shit is just not okay, you know? That's the fucking thing, right? Like, you know, or sorry, like, even then, the same thing of like, oh, well, my parent died from COVID, right? You know, like, I have a lot of family members that died from fucking COVID, right? Having empathy for people that have had family members pass away, it's a devastating thing. It's absolutely devastating. And even if it hasn't happened to you yourself, you can understand that maybe if, like, you've got to put yourself in their shoes for a second and be like, okay, what if someone I love passed away from a disease, and then like 500 people, and then just like a bunch of fucking people were just like, oh, well, COVID doesn't exist, when they died from it. It pisses people off, right? You gotta have that basic thing, right? my band teacher is homophobic and just against the... How the fuck is a band teacher homophobic? When the hell did that end up happening? Sorry, you're a band teacher, a music teacher. One that, like, is all about, like music, like, passion about like, music composure and, like, orchestral music and all about, like, making sure music is, like, you know, uses it as an art form. How the flying fuck is a band teacher, like, how the hell is a band teacher, like, homophobic? That is fucking crazy to me. That's so weird. You also have to, like, remember, I'm, like I said, I'm old as well, so I also got a lot of those band teachers that clearly were people that, what do you call it? That clearly were people that, like, thought about music differently at the time and thought that they could make future musicians and didn't think that this technological world was going to be the way that it was. So, you know, music had hope at the time, you know. It was an art form. I mean, still is. It's just they didn't think it would get to this weird level. She's an old lady around 70? The fuck? She's Gen X, I want to say? Hold on. Wait. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Let me actually figure out if that's the age of Gen X. No, she's... Wait, no, she's a baby boomer. Wait, really? Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah, of course, she's a fucking boomer. That's why. That's why she's a piece of shit. I was gonna say, I would be surprised if a Gen X band teacher was homophobic and shit, because they just mostly care about, like, they're, like, passionate about music, you know? Ooh, I really wish I could play an electric guitar. Yeah, you know. She won't respect my preferred name pronouns. Pfft. Well, then start, you know, and start calling her a transphobe, you know? They hate when you call them that shit, right? Like, just start calling them that shit in real life, you know? And then if she says stop being disrespectful, then say, okay, respect me then. Simple as that, you know? It's like, just simple as that, you know? If she wants to be an asshole, you be an asshole back. You know, be disruptive, you know? Like, be, like, sarcastic, basically. Like, every time something is said, like, every time she ends up, like, talking about something, just be sarcastic. Like, you know, just be an asshole the entire time. It's like, she wants to be a jackass, then, you know, match her aura. You know? You know, sink down, like, people are like, oh, don't sink down their level. No, fuck that shit. Sink down to their level. They deserve it, you know? I don't know, start, like, looking up shit about the baby boomer era and be like, man, that was made after the toaster, you know? Before, like, after you know? Well, I'm not trans. Oh, okay. Wait, prefer name or pronouns? Oh, so you're not trans. Wait, what? Hold on. So, what do you mean, then? Are you non-binary? Sorry, I just assume when people say that shit, I thought it was... Like, I assume when people say that kind of thing, I always just, like, assume, like, somebody's being a transphobe. You know? You know, somebody's just being, like, you know, a white, like, a freaking robo-theist, you know? I agree, literally all of the teachers in my school support LGBTQ. It's just sad seeing her be so rude, and yes, I'm non-binary. Okay, got it. Yeah. My choir teacher isn't the same. Mossy, I wish you had her instead. There's a non-binary student in my class and they respect their pronouns. Well, that's the thing, too. Here's the funniest thing about it. Gen X people grew up in the 80s. So, like, they're just used to gay people. They're used to, like, prostitution and, like, they're used to things like crazy, like, they they're fine with like they think like prostitution is completely okay, which I think it is, right? You know, it's completely normal. They think that like, you know, they think that like drugs should be a lot harder, right? They should think that like they think things like, you know, cars are great. They love like, you know, they like I said, like they've also, I mean, trans existed, but they didn't really understand what it exactly meant at the time, but now they do, right? So it's nothing different to them, right? Like they've also, like I said, every race, like their parents were like completely racist to like to people that were like a different, you know, that were a different race than them, so they just can kind of understand what oppression, they can understand what oppression is, you know? Like they can understand what othering is. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like I said, some Gen X don't, but it's a very small portion, right? The only baby boomers that exist are the people that were cowardice, right? All of the good baby boomers already passed away. The ones that were fine with LGBTQ rights and people that were different races were like, you know, they passed because they didn't want to live, you know, because they actually were like regular people, right? They're not trying to make themselves immortal. They just naturally were fine with dying naturally, right? So obviously there's no good baby boomers left, right? They just don't exist anymore. Gen X still has those types of people still, right? They're starting to pass, but again, you know, there's a lot more of them that are very accepting about that kind of thing because it's just a lot of them really don't mind that shit that much, right? Like I said. Now again, there's still really terrible ones, and you guys have told me your parents are like that. You know, my parent is exactly the same way, right? But I have met a lot, you know, a lot of Gen X are very are okay with the LGBTQ plus community. They don't understand the trans thing, but they also don't, but they're not like somebody that would, they're not really someone that's like would vote to take their rights away, right? You know, because they don't really care that much, right? It doesn't affect them, so they don't care, you know? And like millennials obviously are all the people that are obviously pro that kind of thing, right? You know, I get called mother so many times. Lol, don't worry about it, Mossy. Okay. My grandma and grandpa support LGBT. They're baby boomers. Yeah, my grandmother was like that. She was like very like here's the thing, even though she was like lived in Spain for a while, like for quite a bit of her life, like was born in Spain and was like partially was like raised there. When she moved to Ireland, man, God, she was very a prideful Irish person. She was so proud of like being like an Irish citizen before she moved to the US with my grandfather. Like she was a very proud Irish person. And even then, she was completely okay. Like she completely just like she didn't really care. She made a lot of jokes about gay stuff all the time, but she never really, it was never any bad. It wasn't like offensive shit. She was just like, I don't know. When she found out about it, like she told my she told my father, it was something really wild. She's like, yeah, at least it's like, well, you know, what did she say? It was like, she's like, people have stuck up worse up their arse, so, you know, people have stuck up worse up their arse. At least it's another person. Some shit like that. She really, like, she did not care, dude. Like, she really was just prepared. She was like, much worse have happened, you know? People have fucked sheep where I've lived. I don't know, something weird like that, you know? She's said some weird, she's had some weird stories. So, she didn't really care. She also, here's the thing, too. She was somebody that's, like, her full-time job was a part of, like, a circus. She was a daredevil person for a circus. So it's like, I don't doubt that, like, it makes complete sense why she was okay with gay people. Because she was just fine, like, you know, she just didn't care that much because she was probably around it quite often, right? You know, Like, I don't know. She was quite fine. She was cool about it, you know, which is funny because she was like really into Catholicism, and I don't know. It, I don't know, dude. It's really really weird, dude. My grandmother was always bizarre. My mother, on the other hand, and my father, yeah, I don't know, dude. My father's probably just like a Trump supporter now, let's be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So, I haven't spoke to my father like in years, and neither has my sister, you know? I haven't spoke to them since I've been like 18. So like I am very curious if my father I'm very curious if my father is like a fucking MAGA supporter now. Because like it seems like people that have had their kids that have like completely disowned them, you know, like when, you know, been divorced, they feel like those are the MAGA people, right? You know, obviously some of them are married and like privileged and shit, but it is interesting to me that that does seem to be a like a similar pattern. I don't know, dude. It just kind of lines up, right? You know. I don't know. I just wonder exactly like if my father is like that right now or not, because he hasn't messaged me at all. So I wonder if he's like pro MAGA or some shit now, because that would probably make sense. He's somebody that got like what do you call it? He's someone that treated people like ass and like took advantage of everyone he was around, and he got his consequences a lot later in life. So he ended up like being what do you call it? He got his consequences a lot later in life. And I mean he's still facing it now, right? You know. And what ended up happening is like what do you call it? And what's ending up happening is he just lost everything because because he hurt many people in his life. He backstabbed his friends, and they like and he like, you know, he just hurt his own coworkers, and then he cheated on his wife, you know, not just once but twice, you know, or not just with one person but two different people, you know, and then he cheated again, you know. It's crazy. He's just a dipshit. Just it, you know. And we're teenagers, we can't do our own shit. Wait, what? Sorry. Luckily, Mossy, my mom, just hates my grandparents because they won't come to the US and babysit her 3 disabled children for free. What the fuck? What kind of parent is that? Let's see. I like my grandma in Squid Game season 2 and 3. She didn't understand transgender people, but she supported the trans player. That makes sense. That's fair enough. I don't know. That's a thing too. Some of your grandparents are my parents. Like I said, they're my parents' age. Because my parent is like is in their 60s, right? Like so, you know. It's like they're pretty old, like they're almost in their 60s, so like they're pretty old. So like, you know, so your grandparents are probably my parents' age. So now so pretty much like I can completely get where a lot of things come from. I don't know, dude. The one thing I don't like is that there's a lot of Gen Z people that are homophobic. I don't know. Like, I'm getting a little pissed off that that's happening, you know? The one thing I'm just a little pissed off is that a lot of Gen Z people are, like, becoming racist, misogynistic, homophobic, and transphobic. Like, that's kind of annoying, you know? But the reason why they're like that is because of all the cringe shit that happened. Because a lot of people, like, you know, because a lot of people that were a part of the LGBTQ plus community, of course, there's cringe people in there. So, of course, like, a lot of those people are like, oh, straight people, oh, you gross. And I'm like, why? But we criticize the absolute hell out of them and never agreed with them, but they act like we did and still act like we do, despite the fact that, like, you know, now those same people that basically like faked being gay and faked having disabilities and faked being like actually like real, like actually having this struggle, you know, those people are now on their side. The people that are homophobic, racist, and and misogynistic, right? They're now on their side. So now, like, you know, so now we don't have to deal with them anymore. Now they're like weird now they're weird cultists, right? You know, like we don't have to deal with them anymore because they're not on our side anymore. You know, I don't even see that much anymore because, you know, they're obviously going to the side that is the most popular, because obviously at the time being gay was a popular thing for a while, even though that wasn't necessarily like, even though, you know, you can't choose to be gay. You can't choose to be like a trans person. Like you don't choose to be a trans person. You don't choose to be what do you call it? I don't know. Like, like you could choose to be a gamer, I guess, but like, you know, you gotta actually be interested in what you're into, right? It's just the problem is, it's just people just like, you know, they chose to be like, you know, they chose to just be obnoxious and fuck us over, you know. But at the same time, like I said, this year, the community themselves, fucking just was unbearable. Pride Parade this year was just downright not okay. Like I said, there's just some things that happen that, nope, you know. It's just some things that happened there was just not okay. And I'm like, and I will stand by that, you know. People were just, what do you call it? Just people just naked during a public event like that is just unacceptable, man. Like one that doesn't have like any barrier of access, that's like not an 18+ thing, and people just walking around butt fucking naked and in like full-blown kink gear. No. You know, like that shit just pissed me the fuck off. And of course, support for it went down this year, so I wonder why. I don't know. It still just pisses. I know I keep bringing that shit up. I know people hate when I say that, but I was blaming her and then she slapped me and went upstairs. What? What happened? Hold on. She started to yell at me. Wait, who did? I have a feeling she's actually... Okay, you have a good night, Sen. Appreciate you hopping on by for a bit. I have a feeling she's actually deaf because, like, the other day someone rang the doorbell and told me to go answer it, and I did, and there was nobody there, but a moth flew inside. That's pretty funny. God damn it. The moth just wanted in, you know? She started to yell at me after I closed the door about why I would open the door and let an insect get inside. Oh god, it's just an insect. It's a fucking moth. Like, who cares? And when I explained to her many times that she told me to answer the door, she said I was blaming her and then slapped me. Slap her back. That's the funniest thing is, if she slaps you, slap her back. Like, you know, oh, but that's your mother. You can't do that. No, fuck that shit. If she attacks you, attack her back. You know? Like, if she slaps you, slap her back. Go for it. You know? You're owed. And then if she asks and then if she gets mad that you slapped her, be like, well, you slapped me, so I get to slap you now. You know? Literally. Like, it sounds crazy, but do it, man. Fuck it. You know, dessert, like I said, you know. Bro, for real, last year, my Pride Parade had naked bike riders and body paint of kids' cartoon characters. Yeah, dude. Yes. Thank you. God, I just... It's like, it's so frustrating, man. It's like, this was the year that we had to prove, that's like, hey, we're still normal people. We're still amongst regular society. And they're like, nah, we're just gonna all be naked. I'm like, why? Why? Just why? It's like, why the fuck are you doing that shit? Oh, but the Pride Parade has always had people in kink gear. Bitch, it's a public event, not an 18 plus event. So the problem is, if it wasn't an 18 plus event, then you shouldn't be in kink gear. Simple as that. You know, it's like when a furry event is not 18 plus, you shouldn't be in kink gear. There's sections for that shit. Go to the section that's 18 plus, you know? That's it. Like, that's all I ask, you know? But Pride Parades don't have that because it's a public event for the general public to be reminded that, hey, we're still normal people. If you are walking around in fucking kink gear, butt-ass naked, that makes people say, hey, think about what we do in the fucking bedroom. Like, I just don't want to do that shit. You know, I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to have to, like, you know, I don't want to be, like, associated with that kind of thing, right? Like, that's the thing, is I don't want to remind people the shit I do in bed. No, thank you, you know? It's like, I have sex, but, like, I don't want people thinking about me having sex in the bedroom. That's just weird. That's bizarre, you know? That's really fucking weird. You know? Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. It's fucking wild. You know? People have been like that like I said, there's always those people that ruin shit all the time. But this year was just, there was way more people than last year. There was way more weird, like, there's way more people doing that shit than last year. It was weirdly high, you know. And if they were trying to make a statement, they weren't making a very good one. I'll say that, you know. So, I don't know what happened. What happens? I haven't attended one. I mean, there's not a lot, honestly. I mean, there's events, there's booths, and a bunch of people walk in a straight line during the parade at one point to represent the community and sections of the community. That's about it, right? You know. And this is just one of those things that, like, you know, like I said, I mean, basic shit that happens. Oh, thank you, Plain Chan. Yeah, you know, basic things that happen, right? Like, I don't know what, pretty much, it's probably pretty boring, but like I said, I mean, it's just supposed to be a reminder to people that we're just normal people and we still live amongst people because, you know, we're clearly like just as, like, just the same thing as every other human being, you know. But, you know, they don't want to, that's the thing, is it's just like, this year was just way off, you know. So, Plain Chan, yes. Plain Chan has entered the building. Anyway.
Approach this entire topic with a great deal of that. If you look at the first two components of this, poor education and economic and geographic upbringing, the astute of you may realize that there's quite a bit of overlap between the two.
I was gonna say, I'm like, they're just the same thing, aren't they?
People born into low economic status oftentimes don't have access to good education, nor do people born in rural America or underdeveloped communities. They go hand in hand, but one doesn't always necessitate the other.
Like I mentioned briefly earlier, most teachers don't even clearly understand what critical thinking actually is, and they definitely don't know how to incorporate it into their lessons.
Ah, God, fuck, man. This is kind of the thing is, this is why I'm glad that I had an English teacher that went rogue in my senior year. Because this is the kind of shit that I learned from her. A lot of my teachers, I didn't really learn anything from school. But the irony is, the thing I definitely did learn was, one, obviously basic math, but two, human empathy and etiquette. Because this isn't just a human empathy thing, it's an etiquette thing. Which, when I was in school, my English teacher would show things that etiquette is a dying form that does not exist in the US anymore because of something like the fucking internet. You know, it's kind of crazy, you know, because of things like the internet and this was like back in like 2017. So, I mean, shit like that is like she predicted a lot of things that happened, you know. And her living in freaking New Jersey, you know, she ended up like in the UK at one point. She taught people basic like what do you call it? She just taught people basic things that you should know as an adult and why, and like the stupid things people do when they vote, right? You know, she thought like even back then she thought politics was a fucking joke. So it's like I can only imagine what she thinks about politics now. I can only imagine that shit. Like even before this whole thing started, she predicted that like she explained war like this, right? Like everybody sets up, like think of every country like with a loaded gun and everybody's in a circle, right? And everybody's just pointing a gun at each other, you know. And essentially once one fires, the rest do as well, right? Now, eventually, obviously, people, you know, but what are people going to do once one person fires? People are going to, like, you know, duck behind cover. People are going to, like, try to stay alive as long as they can, but people will start, like, going after other people. And eventually, amongst the chaos, if you're trying to be the last one standing, you're getting other people that weren't originally the one that fired at you, right? You're just trying to stay alive, right? That is war in a nutshell. Right? That has always been war. And once it starts, it will not stop until there's a winner. Right? You know, that's how that goes. That's the craziest part. She predicted something like this was going to happen, which is bonkers to me, dude. It's fucking bonkers to me that she predicted shit like something like this would happen. It's amazing. And I honestly like give her insane props for that shit, because I do not think I would be the human being I am today if it wasn't for her. Like, honestly, she really taught me a lot. And get this shit. This was a special needs class. So, that's pretty fucking awesome. This means that a literal special needs person is more intelligent than an Asmongold fan. I am more intelligent than Asmongold. I am more intelligent than an Asmongold fan. This is why I shit on them so often. I'm more intelligent than a Nuxtaku fan. I'm more intelligent than a person that uses AI, like generative AI, right? You know, that doesn't use generative AI as a tool, right? If they use it as their end result, I'm just a lot more intelligent than that person, right? I'm gonna fall asleep listening to this by Mossy and Color. All right, have a good night, Mothy. Appreciate you hopping on by for a bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is why I'm saying, like, I'm cocky as fuck not because of the fact that I gained more confidence and I'm a lot more cocky now because of the simple fact that, one, continuous people in reality have told me I was more mature than people like my age, right? When I was 18, I was being told by adults that were 50, 60, 20, 30, you know, every age, that I was more mature than most adults around that time, right? And I continuously still keep getting told that shit every day, right? By people in reality. And here's the reason. And the simple fact of that is, like, because of that, I was always checking up on myself all the time to make sure I maintain that intelligence, right? You know, the simple fact is I have not gotten more intelligent. It's just the fact that everybody else has gotten dumber. That's the thing is, I have the same skills that somebody back in the 2000s would have. That's the difference. I'm not addicted to my phone. I'm not addicted to technology. I'm very productive all the time, and I always try to learn things. You know, like, and on top of it as well, I'm realistic. You know, and I'm realistic in, like, the way the world was, right? Nowadays, I'm probably not realistic anymore, you know, because the unfortunate scenario is that, like, what do you call it? The unfortunate scenario is that, how'd you say it? Yeah, the unfortunate scenario is now just like life has changed so much that I am no longer the fucking problem, right? You know, before it, like, that's the thing is I can no longer grow because other people aren't growing, right? Other people are just as dumb. And, like, you can't necessarily be a part of a group of, like, of idiots, you know? You can't necessarily, like, grow in a world full of stupid people, you know? Like, not a world, but I guess a country full of stupid people, right? So far, luckily, my state, I can actually grow public-wise, I guess, in reality, obviously, you know? Because of the simple fact, let it grow. Yes, then there's just the stupid shit I post where it's like, my name is CJ, I'm the O'Hare Delivery Joy. Anyway, sorry, hi, how you doing, Super Chef? How was work? How's errands? How's your day in general? Hope it went well for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Super Chef. Super Chefs, not Shaft. Unless you want me to call you Super Shaft. It's because you have a giant Super Shaft badoong-ching. Anyway, what do I call it? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, it's a simple fact that I've just maintained my intelligence. That's just it, you know. My brain is getting worse because of a disease that I have, but I still have a lot more intelligence than an average content creator, I'll say that, you know. Like, I do, you know. I don't have the clout chasiness. I know that, like, basically being a YouTuber, a content creator, is the equivalent of being a Hollywood celebrity back in the day, you know. Being an artist, you have to, like, actually, you know, convince people why they should, you know, be, like, you know, why they should look at your art instead of everybody else's. Like, I know the reality of the world, right? You know. And luckily, I'm still in a state where people, obviously, majority of the, like, population are minorities. So, you know, majority of the population are minorities. So, it's not like, you know, it's not like too many bad things can happen, really. I don't know. Until I saw that California thing where a mostly, like, minority population is being attacked, which is pissing me off. But, you know, it's just kind of quiet in here. Here, I'll put on some text-to-speech again. Again, the A in chefs is like an aw. Super chefs. Like with an accent. Not too stingy about it, at least. Okay, I gotcha. Really, super chefs. Like a accent? Like with an Australian? Oi, mate, it's super chefs. Like a freaking stereotypical Australian man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Culture, you know. Like, that's another additional thing, you know. Understanding culture, reading books, understanding things that isn't your world. You know, not sitting in a giant echo chamber.
California girls are unforgettable Daisy Dukes bikinis on top.
Yeah. Not sitting in your own little world is always good, right? Not sitting in a giant echo chamber is just good, right? You don't want to do that shit. Well, that's the problem, is people that just do that kind of thing
Yeah,
are...
Shoffs. It's based on my IRL foreign nickname.
Interesting. I didn't know you had a foreign nickname. Alright, anyway.
This study by Nicole Stedman and Brittany Adams surveyed 67 teachers about the matter and found some alarming results.
I don't
For
know.
instance, the statement implications or conclusions you
Well,
come to in
my
a
family is
situation
foreign.
were an even split between teachers that thought it was true or
I
it
see.
wasn't true. It isn't. 1/3 of teachers thought that using
I think you said you were Indian though, right?
subjectivity
Like Indian as in India. You know, not like tribal, you know.
in logical reasoning was A-okay in critical thinking. Again, it is not. This article by the Critical Thinking Institute, which ironically I didn't know existed until I
OMG.
researched this video, also
No,
talks about
Bengali.
some of the reasons why education is failing in this
Bengali.
The most interesting
I
reason
have
for
some
me in this
Indian relatives. Oh, okay. Sorry. Beforehand, you said you lived in India, so I wasn't sure if you're like Indian, like country-wise. Okay, so you're Bengali. Got it. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
article was reason 2. Education has valued not
Just kidding. An ADHD person keeping anything in mind. Good luck with that. But yeah, no. I'll try my best to remember. Honestly, I'm not very good with memory because ADHD brain. But you know, but I promise you, I will. I'll try my best to remember.
Certified ADHD moment.
Not yet.
overthinking, which is like kind of a duh, but
Okay, hold on.
in this department. Again, it is not. Even
Hold on.
split between surveyed 67
Hold on.
This is a
teachers about the matter
certified
and found some
ADHD moment.
alarming results. For instance, the statement implications
Woo-woo.
or conclusions you come to in a situation were an even split between teachers that thought it was true or it wasn't true. It is
Wait,
1/3 of
what
teachers
wasn't
thought
true?
that using
Hold on.
subjectivity
Hold on.
For instance, the statement
Integrated into their lessons.
this study by Nicole Stedman and Brittany
Hold on.
Adams
I'm just so
surveyed 67
confused.
teachers about the matter and found some alarming results. For instance, the statement implications or conclusions you come to in a situation were an even split between teachers that thought it was true or it wasn't true. It
Thought what was true? Hold on. What was and wasn't true? Sorry.
found some alarming
What
results.
is
For
he
instance,
talking
the
about?
statement implications or conclusions you come to in a situation were an even split between teachers that thought it was true.
Okay, what is it? What is it? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Implications are conclusions you come to in a situation. False. Okay. Wait, what? Implications are conclusions you come to in a situation, and that's false, yes. Oh my god, holy shit, it isn't even split. And half of them thought it was true, and half of them thought it wasn't true. Opinions are, like, short answer, for people that can't comprehend that, they're basically, what that's the more intelligent way of saying that, you know, opinions are facts, when that's just false. You know, opinions aren't facts. That's why they're opinions. But obviously, yeah, wow, that's fucking crazy to me, though, that 50% of freaking literal teachers, people that teach education, thought that was true, you know? That's rough, dude. Now, again, that's a trick. It's kind of a trick question, but at the same time, for people that are educated like teachers, though, that's bad. Like, because they definitely understand what that means, right? They 1000% understand that that's what that means. So, yeah, that's wild, man.
Or it wasn't true. It isn't. 1/3 of teachers thought that using subjectivity in logical reasoning was A-okay in critical thinking. Again, it is
Subjectivity and logical thinking and creative.
not. This
Wait,
are
wait, hold on.
teachers that thought it was true or it wasn't true. It isn't. 1/3 of teachers thought that using subjectivity in logical reasoning was A-okay in critical thinking.
No, you should not do that, because that's how you get bias perspectives. God damn, really? Dude, that's fucking crazy, man. That's wild that literal teachers that are all about, like, that, you know, their whole thing is to teach non-bias, like, facts, is, like, are people that are like, oh, yes, you know, be, like, allowing biased perspectives, like, to be used as, like, evidence and like for what do I call it? Yeah, for like critical thinking is, whew, man, that's a rough one, man. God damn, that's not good. That's really really bad. If people that have like went to school for that shit for so long, and they think, dude, oh my god, that's some fuck shit, dude. That's fucked. I don't want to be like doomsayer and be like, oh god, we're all fucked because of that shit, but like, man, that's just a rough one, man. That really shows that the internet really has affected people in the worst way. That's crazy.
Again, it is not. This article by the Critical Thinking Institute, which ironically I didn't know existed until I researched this video, also talks about some of the reasons why education is failing in this department. The most interesting reason to me in this article was reason 2. Education has valued knowledge over thinking, which is like...
True, but false at the same time. That's true, but that's also false, because technically, you know, well, actually, wait. Well, no, that's not true, because knowledge over thinking is the same. It's just, you should have both. That's not necessarily... I mean, you should have knowledge about something before you talk about it. So, yeah, I don't understand. I'll be lurking, my brain is braining. Brain is not braining as much today, and I may head to sleep soon. All right, yeah, good night, Super Chef. Appreciate you hopping on by.
Duh, but schools grade students on recall, not critical thinking skills.
Yeah, no, agreed. I honestly think that schools should be teaching kids not memory retention, but not memory retention. Sorry, they shouldn't be teaching them like how much they remember something, as much as they should be teaching kids that like to think of something in a different way and understand factual evidence rather than just remembering factual evidence, right? You know, and then just like completely getting rid of it after a test is over, right? You know, just Hershey ad, cool. Guess I'll wait for that to finish.
Girl, we've been knowing how to draw. Beatboxing puppy, huh? Do da 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 do da da da. I'm a beatboxing puppy and you think it's funny. I'm a beatboxing puppy. Do da da da. Girl, we've been knowing how to draw. Beatboxing puppy, huh? Do da 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 do da da da. I'm a beatboxing puppy and you think it's funny. I'm a beatboxing puppy. Do da da da.
Overlay itself.
Girl, we've been knowing how to draw.
Okay.
Beatboxing puppy, huh? Do da 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 do.
Okay, all right, I'll stop. Sorry, it's just it's just really funny.
LMAO.
I just had to hear what that would say. Yeah, but you know.
Girl.
Yeah.
Ooh woo.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy to me that literal educators are thinking that way. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, it shouldn't be, oh, kids should remember something, and then like after they take a test, they just don't need to remember it anymore. They should be able to learn about like, what do you call it? They should be able to learn about biased perspectives and debating and shit, because that is...
I can't afford beatboxing puppy TN.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to up everything because people were spamming it, so I had to. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's... Yeah, I honestly think there should be other ways to teach kids, honestly. You know? Like, there really needs to be a huge overhaul on the education system. Like, honestly. There just needs to be. And we might finally get it with how much freaking people are cheating when it comes to, like, using AI and shit.
Ooh woo.
The problem is those same people that are also using AI are gonna probably have a fucking job in the future that's extremely important, and they don't know what they're doing because they use fucking ChatGPT and goddamn and DeepSeek to freaking answer their question, like to answer everything for them. So then like they'll just be passing with like zero knowledge of what they're actually what they actually studied in.
Curriculum today has barely changed in over 100 years, and it was originally
Yes. Yep. Well, let's see, 1945. Not 100 years yet, 75 years.
designed to prepare students for becoming factory workers, which is a whole other can of worms that we absolutely do not have time to get into today. I mean, think about it. Your tests and
Yeah.
homework were always just having
Ooh-woo.
you show that you
Yeah,
remembered
I feel like
something,
classes and
whether
homework
it
should
be
be
a
more hands-off and
formula
let the
or a
children
date
read at their
or-
own pace, rather than have a teacher barking at them incessantly.
Well, here's the thing is, I think everybody should have their own goals, right? Here's what you should be doing with reading, right? Here's what at least my teacher did, right? Essentially, you get given a book, right? Or you either A, find a book on your own, or B, you have a limited time limit to find a book, right? That you need to read, right? And then essentially you would be given like maybe a week or two, right? To try to find a book, right? And then essentially you would have to and then, you know, if you didn't find a book, you'd be given one, and then you'd have to do things, then you'd have to make, like, you have to, write about it, right? Later. And third off, you'd be given a book, or you'd find your own book, right? And then, you would have to...
I didn't mean a book report, because some kids don't like those.
Yeah, but you should always always try to figure out what you learned
I just
in a
ended
book,
up only
though.
really liking Dr. Seuss even though I was taught to read chapter books.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, what you should do with that whole thing is you should, okay, hold on. I'm going to go with, the thing that happened, right? You were given a book, and you had a time limit, right? You needed to read a book, right? You need to get a book, right? Within a certain amount of time, right? And then you would read that book, right? And then you would, and then what she would do is she would put people in categories of pacing, right? Like, people that are, because a lot of people would have, similar books, right? So essentially, she would take these, people that had certain books, and she would she would put everybody in the speeds that they were at, right? So some people read really fast, some people read kind of slow, right? So essentially, the people that, essentially what would happen is you would have the fast students learning at the fast speed, and you'd have the slow students learning at the slow speed, right? Everybody would still be reading at their own pace, but the difference is you would have to write something of being okay, what did you learn from this book? How did, it would be basic questions, right? What did you learn from this book? What exactly can you describe the book, describe the plot of the book, then tell us what you learned from this book so far, and then tell me what happened in it, right? Describe the plot to me, tell me what lessons you learned from it, and then essentially tell me if any of this applies to your reality, right? Essentially, what do you call it? And then what she would do is if it was this thing that applied to people's reality, and oh yeah, sorry. And then the last one would be, did you like this book or not? And then essentially it would be if you like this book, why did you like it? And if you disliked it, why did you dislike it? Right? That's the best thing, right? That is reading. That is what people do in reality. That is what my senior year high school teacher did. Right? That's what she made people do. And I think that was perfect, right? I think the thing is, we shouldn't be making kids read, force kids to read a certain book, right? What we should do is let them have their own book and write things about the book, right? Give them basic questions and, write something about it, right? Whether it's quite little, whether it's quite a lot, and whether it's a bad or a good book. because there's some good books and there's some bad books. Hi Nala, how you doing? How is work? How is errands? How's your day in general? Hope it's doing well for you. You know, that's the thing, is like, you essentially what would happen, because like my senior year of high school, like I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care much for reading until I was in high school. I'm not joking you. I really, really hated to read until my senior year of high school, because our teacher decided to just basically make it where people actually learn things from reading, you know, where people had to learn something when they read something, right? Whether it was a good or bad book, right? Like, you would actually just take something away from what you're doing, right? You know, it was one of those things, and I think that's completely fine, right? Like, even then too, sometimes she'd give us like a category, right? You know, day in general is great, love it, don't work, don't errands, those for adult. Okay, well, ah, I see, you are in little mode right now. Well, I hope you're enjoying yourself. How do you say it? Yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea for like people. I just think it's a good, I think that was a brilliant idea, dude, because honestly, like, I don't think I would be as invested in you're not allowed out of little mode? Oh, you have a CG, I see. I see. Fair enough. Well, that's adorable. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, it's very much like one of those things where, I don't know, a book just definitely is always, what do you call it? Yeah, reading is such an important thing. I think it's very important to read, right? Like, I think even like people should be doing that shit on their free time all the time, you know. They should. And if not, you need something that challenges you, right? You know, you just need something challenging. Simple as that. Like, people really find that weird, but you do. I really highly doubt that a lot, like, there is some YouTubers that I can guarantee don't read. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on, one sec. Did a spider just get in my frickin'... Hold on. Hold on. One moment. Uh... Uh-oh. Uh... Okay. Sorry, hold on. I'm checking my ass because I'm like trying to like see if I got like fucking bit or something. It doesn't like hurt or anything. But I have to like check for like a bump or some shit. Yeah, I'm good. I just need to make sure one didn't fuck. Because the problem is you can't feel like a fucking recluse. So here's the thing is when a recluse bites you, you can't feel it. So you have to like double check to make sure that that you're okay. Hold on. I'm just like trying to make sure. Like I'm trying to like feel for About being treated like, oh, baby, I am. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your little time. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. It was just weird. I felt like a small, like, bit of pain, you know? Because, when they bite you, they don't really leave much. They don't leave much at all. They're also not aggressive, though, too, so I don't think I did anything that would have aggravated it, though, so... They're not all that aggressive, either. They're just they're quite passive, so I don't think we got it here. You can most of the time scare them outside and they're okay. Recluse? They're spiders. They're a little poisonous spider. We have them in Arizona. Yeah, they're a little poisonous spider, so I just had to make sure I didn't get bitten by one, because if I did, I would have to freaking, you know, like, have a fucking ambulance, like, speed over here. I can't watch YouTube anymore, only YouTube. YouTube Kids is not necessarily the best kind of content, though. YouTube Kids kinda is unsafe, even, as well. So, I don't know. YouTube Kids isn't really the best, either, to be honest. I don't think I would really agree with that. YouTube Kids is a scam. Yeah, well, it's also just like, it also doesn't have anything safe either. It still has that weird fetishy stuff on there. It's less messy than YouTube. Is it? Is it though? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It's really, really not. There's like a lot of fetish content that pop up on YouTube Kids. You know? Hold on, one sec. Yeah, we watched that one video where, like, where that one guy, like, I mean, we watched, like, a bunch of videos, right? We watched, like, that one video where, like, where it took, like, 10 clicks or less for kids to get to fetish content on YouTube Kids specifically, not even regular YouTube.
Now you can sign in and create a profile.
Jesus Christ. Good Lord. I restricted to the youngest possible stuff. I don't see anything except Bluey, Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig. Well, here's the thing is, I don't think entirely, what do you call it? That's the thing is, even, it doesn't really, I don't think with YouTube Kids, they don't really do anything, right? You know? Hold on. Oh, never mind, there's preschool age. I guess, hold on, let me see. I like literally went on YouTube Kids right now just to see. Wait, what? Hold on. YouTube Kids has search bar? Oh my god, it does. Really? YouTube Kids has a search bar? That's not good. Okay, hold on. Here, we're gonna do the test right now. We're gonna see if YouTube Kids is safe. Yeah, I'm set to preschool. Okay, hold on. Let me actually see how safe YouTube Kids can get. Let's see. We can restrict that from Family Link. I guess they can, yeah. Hold on. One sec. We're gonna see how long it takes to we're gonna see how long it takes to get to unsafe content. Because it only took 20, right? So I mean, let's see. If I was a kid, yes, probably Paw Patrol, right? Let's see. So obviously that, right? And then still regular Paw Patrol, but oh, toys. Got to toys now. Alright. And then you got, oh my god, I'm already at fucking Content Farm. I'm already at a Content Farm. I think. Hold on. I'm already at Nursery Rhymes. Hold on. I think I'm at Content Farm. Not necessarily yet. Looks like it's still a little safe right now. Let's find out. Okay, it's still a little bit on the safe side right now. So it's completely fine right now, right? Oh. Mini apartment. Sharing is caring. Okay. Oh, good lord. Alright. Let's see. So I should be denied searching. I gotcha. Hold on. What would a kid probably look for? This is like Mr. Beast-esque, so we'll go to like something Mr. Beast, probably, right? And then... Okay. This is... Dude, what the hell? What is this, bro? Alright, Oh, and then we got the challenge videos. Okay. How far do I have to go?
WTF.
Yeah, I'm really, like, trying to see how far I can get Orbeez. Yep, that's a very kid thing. Right? Legos. Oh, shit. Okay. Yep. Now we're getting to weirder things. Oh, God. Let's see. 0.1 Impossible. Kids don't like Space Jam. Hold on. Let's see. What else do kids like? Trying to get to like Fortnite, see if I can get anywhere close to there, because kids like Fortnite, right? Kids like freaking Labubu's right now, right? Freaking Labubu things. Trying to see if I can get to Labubu's. Let's see. Cardboard. Maybe this, right? Let's see. How far do we get to toys?
I just want a channel that rebels against the generic wishy-washy content on YT Kids, and upload something like rock music on there.
Yeah, honestly, or just something decent. Oh, here we go. Here's the click.
Yubis are fucking scary and ugly.
Here's one clickbaity one. Oh, here's another one. Yep, here we go. We're getting into some weird shit. There we go, Monster Police. All right, we're getting into weirder territory. No, this actually looks okay. Never mind. I was like, this doesn't look too bad, and then I just like saw that shit. Let's see. Really, nothing super trendy for that usually kids have. Let's see here. You know what? I'm on toddler mode too, so I don't know if I am gonna ice cream. Kids like ice cream. Oh, but this is Indian though.
I own the rare 24-karat gold Labubu.
Hot versus cold challenge. I remember seeing that a lot back in the day. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, if I went back to this profile. Let's see here. Okay. No, but just give me the same stuff. Okay, and it would just go where it started. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Maybe the preschool one is actually pretty good. I mean, it's kind of nothing videos, but it... Man, dude, kids aren't even learning anything, man. It's like, that's the problem is, like, what is this supposed to teach children? Oh, yes, cardboard. Like, cool.
Parents can also whitelist and blacklist certain channels.
That makes sense. I mean, they also just... They're not learning anything from this, are you? Maybe they are. I don't know. But
What
like,
if you searched up something inappropriate?
Well, no. I don't want to search that. No. I gotta do it by recommended.
Rutro.
I had to look up something, like, recommended, right? Oh, here we go. Escape from cardboard. Here we go. Good lord.
I doubt anything here is even remotely educational.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of the worst thing about it. I'm like, what's the point then, you know? This could be, honestly, you know what's kind of crazy? Even with something like this, right? You could totally teach kids some basic things, right? You could totally teach kids, like, be like, hey, you know, don't get in trouble, because then bad things could happen, you know? Or maybe, I don't know, teach some things that, like, children, I don't know, teach some things that children should be, like, learning that, like, about, like, sometimes some people that go to jail are not all bad guys, you know? Like, because since the beginning, they teach kids, like, oh man, if you don't go to prison, don't go to jail, scare the kid shitless of being like, going in a jail cell, and then they, like, you know, and then it's like all of a sudden they see all criminals as bad guys when some are petty crimes while others aren't, right? You know, But the unfortunate thing is, a lot of people do teach kids to like not steal or anything like that because a literal child could go to jail for fucking opening a yo-yo.
Hey kids today, well teach you to escape prison and make slime.
Yeah. Like that's the problem is, man. I'm like, it's like the problem is, it's like the issue is it's not even necessarily the fact of like the kids content by that point, it's the goddamn system. It's a system we're a part of, so it's like how do you teach kids that what the state of the world we're in just like, you know, doesn't suck, right? You know, other than just shoving propaganda down their throat, right? You know. But that's the thing is too. You could easily like teach kids the thing that like, hey, you know, like, because adults always talk about, like, crazy shit all the time, right?
Hello,
you could
fellas.
easily teach kids something like, hey, you know, adults can be, you know, unfortunately, adults like to say
How to
things
make the most sticky fucking slime and get it all over your carpet.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, rather than doing that, we could totally just be teaching kids, like, hey, you know, not all like I said, adults will just say crazy things, but you know, you're a kid and you shouldn't be worrying about this kind of stuff yet. You should always make your own decisions, no matter what your parent thinks, you know. Like, your parent is going to think a very specific way about things, and while some of it is good, not...
I searched it up, and you apparently can't upload directly to YT Kids. Content on YT that is marked as for kids just gets uploaded to YT Kids depending on the algorithm, but I can't find what the algorithm goes off of. I guess how well the video does.
Yes. It goes off of how many views you have, normally. It's the same. It goes off of watch time and views. So, yeah. It goes purely off of how long a kid is watching it and how long, and then just how many views you get. It's really stupid, but, you know. It's how it is. The scummy thing about it, though, a lot of these people, when they upload YouTube Kids videos, though, what they do is they mark it as not for kids first, get all the views first, and then
I wonder
like,
if any furries are on YouTube Kids.
And then mark it on YouTube Kids. Furries on YouTube Kids? I don't think a lot of furries are all that family friendly, are they? A lot of Roblox YouTubers are on YouTube Kids, unfortunately.
Okay, bye. Take care, fellas.
Alright, have a good night, Kabeko. Yeah, a lot of Roblox YouTubers are on YouTube Kids, but, you know, that's like a completely different
Not
thing.
usually.
Hold on. 1 sec. Oh my god. Wait. This dude isn't a... Wait. Hold on. I've seen this guy before.
Oh yeah. My very young family friend watches Roblox on YouTube Kids.
Yeah. Wait. Why is there a TikTok guy here that's like making a video? Hold on. Wait. This got marked as YouTube. Oh my god. Hold on. Something that got accidentally marked for YouTube Kids that clearly wasn't meant for YouTube Kids ended up on YouTube. Like, I got on my recommended thing. Hold on. 1 sec. Hold on. Yeah, this guy I don't think is... No, this guy is definitely not a YouTube Kids creator. Oh my god, yeah. That's wild.
I can't access my computer until 7 a.m. Pacific because my mommy restricts it.
I gotcha. Why your computer?
Let USC.
Your computer is more productive than your phone. Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure. No, this guy isn't a YouTube kids creator. He just has... Yeah, no, like, so... This is the problem with YouTube.
That's why.
This is the problem with YouTube's AI system. Because, like, now don't get me wrong, these are, like, memes and shit, for sure. But, like, you know, I mean, this guy's whole thing is, like...
I'm curious.
Remixing things into memes, like, meme things into videos, right? But, like, the craziest thing is, I got this also on YouTube Kids. That's fucking crazy, man. Which means that, like, videos that's not meant for children is being recommended to children. Huh. I don't think this channel's meant for kids, unless it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Let me see. Well, I guess it could be. It's quite PG, so I guess it could be. Never mind.
OML,
maybe
I
it
know
is.
him. I fucking love those remixes of his.
Yeah, this guy was on like I got his stuff on YouTube Kids. Some pretty good remixing, or mixing.
Rar.
I guess not. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't have that many adult
I want
things.
the cat remixes.
I guess it's not even TV-14. It's just pure. It's just pure like freaking.
Deku.
Oh no! Here we go. Every day I need the blood of Jesus. Okay, yeah. Well, there you go.
Proof computer is blocked. Link. Nulla the baby for. I could do this all day. Stop posting links warning.
Oh, hold on. One sec. I-
TEDEKU.
Hold on. One sec. I had to go to the Nightbot because it like blocks links like crazy. One sec. That's funny.
Derp.
The device is locked until 7 a.m. because of your family-friendly safety settings. That's hilarious. That's fun. Getting yourself really into the little space mode like that. That's fun.
He.
Glad you get to have that. Honestly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy, but I don't know. I mean, his channel had like freaking blood of Jesus, which probably is not a family-friendly thing. I don't know.
I remember when I didn't even send a link and it blocked my message for quote-unquote sending a link.
That's funny. That's so weird.
Play the
dude.
kitty remix PLZZZZ.
Why? Which one? Here, I'll end on this then. Which one do you want me to remix? Because he has a lot of them.
Hehehehe.
Which
This
one?
is a test. Hello, how are you? I said link. M0SSYW0RM. Sometimes you scare me. Stop posting links warning. Any. I'll be ending it here. I'm going to go to bed.
All right,
Bruh.
you have a good night, Super Chefs. Which? What the hell? Okay, which one? Which one do you want? Because these are all like, what do I call it? Which one do you want? Because they're all like freaking what do I call it? Oh no, Jimmy Fallon. Oh no, mind, that's Jimmy.
I said the
Fallon.
thing I said the last time. It said I sent a link. Blocked it still. HPTHE hockey.
Oh, okay, hold on. One sec. I'll end it on this one, so.
I said character AIBC.ai.
Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, which song? You got
Choose the hockey kibby.
Dahahi Kibi? Dahahi Kibi.
I left a daddy with all the freedom. For a mommy where she is strict.
Left a daddy with all the freedom for a mommy where she's strict. That's fun. That sounds really fun.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Scroll down in the vids.
Hold on. What was it named again? Something Dakibi? Okay. I'm not gonna be looking through all this. You got 30 seconds to tell me what the name of the video
It's
is.
orange cat with white.
Orange cat with white. Cool.
Hockey kibby.
Oops. Accidentally added a bookmark. Hold on.
Up.
Damn it. Duh.
Okay, I'm heading to sleep for real. Good night.
Alright, you have a good night. Hold on.
Bless you. Bless
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
I don't know the name, bruv. I just know it says Hahi.
Well,
GN.
then... Ha-he? This one, maybe? Let's see.
Yes.
Isn't it fun? That's fun.
It's very fun. I love it. When she said she'd install parental controls, I left my daddy in a heartbeat. Hahi.
I gotcha.
Beautiful. Hahi. My acne is being mean. Same.
Not gonna lie, this just sounds like church music. I'm so sorry, but this sounds a lot like church music. It reminds me way too much of church music. It's not.
I gotta ask something.
It's
Why
very
were you banned
basic.
from Wolf Weirduf stream if you don't mind me asking?
Wolf
It totally
Weirduf
does.
stream.
I'm in too much pain to go sleep. The Hahi Kibi na
I don't know. Was I banned from Wolf Weirduf stream? That's a good question. I do remember that. I don't know why they banned me though. Let me see. Hold on.
He said you were.
I was banned from Wolf Weirduf stream.
Who dat?
Oh, it's probably because he did something.
Who's that?
It's probably because I banned him first because he did something because he posted gore. That's why. Yeah, he's the guy that posted gore. That's why. He posted gore in my Discord server, so I banned him. Most likely. At least I think so. I'm not banned from his stream.
Oh.
No, I'm not banned from his stream.
Damn.
When did I get banned? I can still view his channel and shit. I don't think I ever got banned.
Scotty Choki just raided
Now
the channel
isn't
with
this a
31
party?
viewers.
No! No! Why do people always raid me when I'm about to end stream? God damn it! Motherfucker! Alright. I'm gonna have to raid someone now again. God damn it, I was about to end stream.
Oh shoot XD.
No! Alright. God damn it. Okay, I'll find someone to raid.
I didn't know XD.
You're good, you're good.
Sorry.
I'll just find somebody to raid. One moment.
Hell, there's only 5 PLL.
Hold on. 1 second.
PPL.
1 sec. Hold on, I'll go find someone to raid. One moment. Nobody else is under
Hi.
the ABDL tag, huh? Nope. Here, you know what? Ah, damn it, no, that's the Pokédex guy. I don't wanna
XD.
raid
NVM
this
there's
guy.
113. 13.
113 what? Hold on. 1 sec.
Not 113. He might have unbanned. I don't know the first time I asked him to raid you. He said, he's banned from my channel for reasons I don't want to get into. Oh my fucking god lol.
It was probably because it's probably because he posted gore in my stream, that's why. Or he posted gore on my Discord. That's why. God damn it! Hold on, I'm trying to find someone. I apologize if I'm cursing a lot. If people don't like cursing, so fuck it. I'm just typing safe space. Sorry,
Bozo.
y'all. I'm gonna just put it into. Sorry, I'm just gonna put it into.
Balls. Like IRL gore?
Yes, like IRL gore. Alright, I'm gonna frickin' I don't know, I just typed in safe space and I'm just gonna go raid a frickin' safe space person.
Oh, you.
Let's see. Ally D&D.
Ooh-woo.
Screw it. Why not? This person actually talk those.
Wolf Weirdof's Discord is Lutero, I think.
Is Lutero? Well, I don't know. I actually don't know what the hell, like, who the hell I'm gonna raid here.
Ooh-woo.
Hold on.
Chomp.
You know what? We'll just stick with somebody in our community. Screw it. Safe space, gameplay, supermarket. Sure, why not? Damn it.
Ooh-woo.
This person isn't small. Where's the small creators? Give me someone tiny. Give me a smaller creator. Hold on.
Good night, Color. Don't let the poisonous spiders bite.
Yeah, hopefully not. I actually have those here, so. And that person, I think, is asleep. God fucking damn it.
Bye-bye, Mossy.
Okay, sweet. Cool. Maybe this person. Okay. I'm sorry, like, I'm very sorry for everybody that hopped in. I'm so freaking, like, I usually stream from, like, I usually stream from, like, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
I mean, he might have the wrong person. And confusing you. He did say when he raided you when you were not streaming that he wanted to forget past transgressions.
I mean, he posted gore in my stream, so if I banned him, he posted gore, so, you know. Oh, this person is just watching anime. Wait. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Okay, screw it. Okay. Yo, please don't helicopter. Not while there's new people here. Alright. You
Deca,
know,
that's amazing.
you know what? Screw it. You're getting a Clash of Clans creator. Congrats. Hold on one sec. You're getting somebody that's playing Clash of Clans. I am so, like, I have no idea who to raid, so... Okay,
Oh.
never mind. Clash of Clans people don't have a safe space. Who the f-
Color, may I have some chimkin? I hate Clash of Clans.
You can eat chicken,
He
wait.
raided you. So he wasn't banned here. So it might be your discussion of politics or something in his channel. Nulu.
When? I've never been to his stream before. It could have been politics, too, because I talk about politics all the time, so... I do talk about that shit quite often. So it's like he probably just hates that I like diversity. He probably hates that I'm, like... that I'm okay. Like I said, I think Asmongold's a fucking idiot, so I've said that shit multiple times. And he is. You know, you should take advice from content creators.
Give me chimkin and I won't eat
period.
your walls.
So, you know. But that's just me. Let's see.
Who even is Wolf Weirdov?
He used to be someone that used to be in my
Yeah,
stream
that
often.
could be exactly it.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. I think Asmongold and Nuxtaku are fucking idiots. Nuxtaku is Canadian, so he doesn't know anything about American politics. And Asmongold is just fake. he literally is putting on an act. It's not real. That's the problem is.
A developer streamer on Twitch.
Developer streamer on Twitch.
I will eat your drywall.
A developer streamer? What do you mean?
Otai.
Alright. What about this person? Are they tiny? Okay, this is a pretty small creator. Good god, they're playing Warframe.
Chomp chomp.
Okay,
He streams programming and Godot among other stuff.
Interesting. I wonder why he, like, I don't know. I wonder why he banned me from his stream, because I don't, like, I remember him, but the thing is the only people I usually ban are people that, like, post gore and shit, so, you know. So, I don't remember what we were even arguing about, so.
Can you raid a furry? If there is any.
I could. I just
Jeez.
have to find people with that tag.
Ooh woo.
I don't know. This person's
Rar,
like
rar.
this person's lurker friendly and has ADHD and LGBTQIA and VTuber and it's got all that shirt, like all that
Jeez.
stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of raid her. I don't really have anybody else I can raid. I like
Bork bork.
I've already
Oh, that's good.
I've already made like freaking, what did I get raided with? 32 people. So I already made like a solid like 10 people board. So all right, I'm raiding her. I'm raiding this person. So I think that was her. Wait, is that her? Hold on. Yes, that's her. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Well, when you raid, bye.
Yep. You have a good night, y'all. Appreciate y'all hopping on by. Hopefully I'll see y'all next stream.
Have a good night.
Yeah, hopefully I'll see y'all next stream.